fight the smaller guy. I was working on speed, coming down in weight. Well, I saw the tricks that all the little guys were doing to me to be able to hit me. Now I'm taking all of that, and I'm the little guy going against the big guy who's going to have trouble hitting me. Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul, David versus Goliath, Judgment Day. The difference in training camp right now is less running and track work and more lifting, heavy weight.
What is good, people? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Let me see. This thing is so off. Gotta make sure y'all can hear me. What is good? All right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. We can get it cracking then. We definitely can get it cracking. Oh, shit. Salute to you, Act in the building first. Salute to you, Acquavelli in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. Ken Soul is in the building. What is good with you? What's good with you, family? Definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. All the kings in the building. Salute to you, Rizzo. Salute to you. What is good? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Artist, poet. You got 2 channels? Definitely appreciate you. Hold up. That's you got 2 channels? Hold on. I got you. What y'all think of that video I put out? That video I just showed you. Listen. a lot of people got mad respect for Jake Paul. I am not one of those people. Okay. Now, it's cool that he got in there with a heavyweight, with an actual real fighter, but he planned on doing that with Tank Davis. He was already going to fight a real fighter. He's fought some real fighters, okay? He lost to Tommy Fury, which is a real fighter. But like we don't respect, we do not, as fans, do not respect fans that purposely take a fight that has zero risk to them, and they're purposely going there to get a check and survive. We as boxing fans do not let the professionals do it. Jake Paul do not need boxing. Like, when these boxers, they start at a young age. A lot of people, they come from broken homes, bad backgrounds, or horrible living conditions, meaning they live in a hood or they live somewhere dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And this is a way for them to, like, it's a sport. This is how you get off the streets. This is how you get out the hood. You feel me? Boxing is a sport. So they do boxing, they get out of bad situations. This is something they have to do. Like Tank said, a lot of people didn't have to fight. I had to fight. Jake Paul don't have to do none of this. This is feeding his own ego. Everything this man is doing, I understand a lot of this stuff is, you can applaud it, but he's feeding his own ego. Do you understand me? He's doing, this is all for him. This is not like something that he has to do. He don't. This man had millions of dollars. This is the reason why he can place himself in boxing and make a footprint, is because he's paying to do it. He's paying for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not going to respect a professional fighter that had to choose this sport and chose this sport, but they look at it as a way out because they had a talent in it. This is a brutal sport. A lot of people say fighters are crazy for even picking this sport to begin with, to picking a profession and a career to get hit upside the head. People like, oh yeah, fighters are crazy. You got to be different. You got to think different. And it's a fact. Boxing is a lifestyle. Totally. He chose this. He didn't have to do this shit. He chose it. Just like he chose everything that's been going. He chose to fight AJ because he knew this is all on. He has nothing. This not the only worry for him is getting fucked up. Is getting his jaw laced. Is getting his jaw wired shut. That's it. There's no all the pressures on AJ for real, for real. Am I wrong? Salute to you, E. Ortiz. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, actually 3. 3 what? But no, like seriously, like it's a lot of people gonna respect this, and I don't have no problem. I don't care. You know what I mean? I've been stopped caring about how people feel about certain things as far as boxing is concerned. I've been stopped caring, but I can't sit here and give him the grace that I wouldn't a professional fighter. I wouldn't give a professional fighter that grace, so I'm not gonna give it to Jake Paul, for real. Like, it's a bunch of ways you can look at this shit, though, for real. A lot of people was looking at it like Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua was holding boxing on his shoulders. That's what a lot of retired boxers were saying, and I see where they're coming from. I see it, and a lot of people could too. Like, imagine if whatever that's going on with fighters, we really don't know. We know what they tell us, but we really don't know. A lot of people said that Anthony Joshua had a glass jaw. And I understand that's versus boxers or whatnot, but was Jake Paul got a couple of flush punches on AJ, and you seen it because you seen the sweat fly. AJ walked through it. Wasn't nothing on those punches. He walked through it. He's not a proper boxer, but at the same time, if Jake would have dropped Joshua, it would have been a bad look for boxing. It would have been a bad look for UK boxing in general. Heavyweight, but it would have been a bad look. Okay, and guess who supplied it? Like I said, I'm gonna play the video again. Guess who supplied it? Your boy supplied it. Because what did Jake Paul say? Do you feel me? Like, all right, okay, think about it like this. All those people, you got who was it? Raymond Ford, Montana Love, Jalen Love called Shakur came down, Keyshawn Davis came down. I might be missing the person, but all of them came down to help him defeat or help him look better in the fight versus Tank Davis. And the switcheroo, okay? Tank Davis was the worst. He's disrespecting the sport of boxing. He's the worst thing that happened to the sport if you fight Jake Paul. And all the irony, he never did. Shakur did, though. Shakur fought him. Shakur sparred him. Keyshawn sparred him. Montana Love sparred him. Oh, the irony. Raymond Ford sparred him. And the things he learned, he would have turned around and fucked boxing up if he would have dropped AJ.
You enjoy a sizable advantage of more than 7 inches and 60 pounds. I was training to
Fuck
the
sport up.
guy. I was working on speed, coming down in weight. But I saw the tricks that all the little guys were doing to me to be able to hit me.
What did you say? I saw all the tricks that the little guys was doing to hit me. I seen what they were doing. That is proof that they were fucking him up in sparring. What is it not to? Is proof that all 4 of those little guys, Raymond Ford, Shakur, Keyshawn, Montana Love, all of them was giving Jake the blues in sparring. He just admitted it. They were giving him the blues in sparring.
Guys were doing to me to be able to hit me. I was working on speed, coming down in weight. But I saw the tricks that all the little guys were doing to me to be able to hit me. Now I'm taking all of that and I'm the little guy going against the big guy who's going to have trouble hitting me.
Yeah, let's not forget that part. And I know people don't want to look at it like that, but it's facts. If he wouldn't win in that joint and lost this fight do split decision, if he wouldn't win in that joint and got a draw, if Jake Paul legs wouldn't have gave out and he would have continued on doing the Shakur Stevenson all around the damn ring for 8 rounds, he did it for 4 rounds. He did it for the first half of the fight. He did it successfully for 3 rounds without AJ hitting him. Not once. He did it successfully for 3 rounds. He started throwing punches in the 4th round. Got tired in the 5th or 6th or something like that. In the 5th round, I think. And then I was like, yeah, he's not going to survive the 6th. And that's when if the man legs wouldn't have gave out, who would have thanked for that whole display of cat and mouse? Huh? Who would have been to think? Oh, let's think the guys that helped him train and taught him all the tricks because their hate for Tank Davis, they fucked around and ruined the sport of boxing. It's facts. I don't even care who don't agree. It's facts. If he would have went in there and fucking and even dropped it, hurt him at all, wow, bruh, who's to think for this shit? Because he wouldn't have did it. He wouldn't have did it without the help of those little turds down at 126, 130, 135. He chose to get his jaw broke. Respect. Nah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm about to let y'all know, bro. Hold up. Nah. Hold up. Y'all know how much money he got for this fight? Huh? Hold on, wait. Just hold on, because it's out. It's out. Like, hold up. Yahoo Sports talked about it. Hold on. Joshua will also face a mandatory 7-day suspension, and the British star is set to lose about half of his $140 million purse as well. That's all due to taxes. It's all due to taxes. I already read this shit. But they got over $60 million after taxes. No, I can't respect it. He got paid for it. Why do you need my respect and the money? No. You don't need my respect and the money. We're not doing both. Salute to you, Thomas Hill. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming in. Definitely appreciate you, sir. Salute to you, Victor. What is good with you, sir? The national treasure himself. Bless up. Okay, salute. Hold on, wait. JP got stopped in his tracks. Yeah, luckily he did. Luckily he got stopped in those tracks, pimping. Salute, Dark Kent. This was a good look opportunity for AJ to come back to fight Fury from his embarrassing knockout loss to Dubai. Yes, Dark Kent. And that's another piece of the puzzle. That's why they it reminded everybody AJ is the one Eddie Hearn started this career and he's going to end it. And he ended it helping the guy that he actually came here boasting in the first place, which is AJ. Helping AJ get another, another good fight. So he won't have to, just leave up. I wouldn't say leave, but that last fight left, he hasn't had a fight since then. That last fight looked bad. And now you coming back with the Jake Paul getting over $60 million after taxes and shit. After paying everybody, after paying the UK, the government fed, all that. Over like 66 million. Yeah. Just for that. Why I have to respect him? Why I gotta respect? Why? This what he do. He did it. He's doing this on purpose, bro. Like, for real. Like, I grew up around. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. But Jake Paul is radical. Okay, he's radical. He's one of those guys that would do stuff just for the thrill of it, just for He's the type that be on the side of the mountain and pop an ecstasy pill just for the rush. He's radical, okay? So, I don't care. He chose to do this. He didn't have to do this. Your man was a millionaire. He chose to be in the boxing. Just like Turkey, he's choosing to be here. So, I'm going to treat you like all the other boxers. It's unfair. It's fuck. That people will give a non-boxer grace when they step into their sport and get more respect and more money in their own sport. These people been training since they was kids. He stepped in with money, getting more shine, respect, more money, more shine, more respect. No, I can't do it. Because, I've been this type of person before that should have been the one getting all the respect and the money, but I wasn't. Just because somebody else came in that was likable. That's called life. You feel me? Like, nah. And I'm not going to participate in some shit that was wrongly done to me. That's why I like Tank so much. Fuck that. I'm not going to participate in y'all shit. No, because the same shit's been done to me. All right? The same reason why people are Devin Haney fans. You can relate to that man at some point, at some type of way. That's why you're a Shakur fan, because you can relate to him some type of way. I can relate to the bullshit that people be putting on other people, and I can't do it. I can't go with the bullshit. Sorry, not sorry. Everybody hit the like button. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Hold on. What is good with you, Mike Biggs Boxing? What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through, Z. This ain't wrestling, bro. It's boxing. Yeah, you can't play boxing. That's another thing. You cannot play boxing. But let him say it.
To enjoy a sizable advantage of more than 7 inches and 60 pounds.
I was training to fight the smaller guy. I was working on speed, coming down in weight. But I saw the tricks that all the little guys were doing to me to be able to hit me. Now I'm taking all of that, and I'm the little guy going against the big guy who's going to have trouble hitting me. Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul, David versus Goliath, Judgment Day. The difference in training camp right now is less running and track work and more lifting, heavy weight.
Yeah, man. People can say whatever they want about Tank Davis, but when the pendulum shifts, you can see where the hate is. You can see exactly where it's coming from. Excuse me. The fact that this man was everything but a child of God. The fact that he was everything under the sun just because he signed to fight Jake Paul and get that money. Actually, what everybody wanted is what they seen last night. People been wanting to see Jake Paul get dropped and hit in the mouth for years. And for everybody that's acting like, no, it's not that serious, it was at one point in time. You said it out your mouth that you wanted him to get beat up. Everybody said it. Everybody said it. That's all we really wanted. We wanted somebody to really punch him in the mouth. That's all we really wanted. Okay. Jake Paul really has his pick of the litter. He doesn't have to fight anybody. Like he don't even have to go through the same rules the other fighters go through as professionals. Because he has money, he has power, he has pull in this sport. Like, the man fought Mike Tyson in his 50s. And people said Mike Tyson wanted to knock him out, but that's why he started punching his glove. Like, it's too much fishy ass shit going around. Now, you purposely wanted to fight Tank Davis because, like I said, he has the pick of the litter. He doesn't have to fight nobody. He fight who the fuck he want to fight. Like, son, he picked Gervonta Davis. Some people acting like Tank cornered him to fight. No, bro. He looked at the whole landscape and was like, oh, well, Tank, let's see if Tank really serious about wanting to fight. And he chose that fight. He chose that fight. During the press conference, he's talking about how Tank hit women or some shit. Bro, so you knew that in advance. The fact of the matter is, he says it when he's talking in the lead up of the fight, in the video I just showed you. He talked about how the training was different now that he didn't have to fight Tank. He didn't have to do so much cardio. He didn't have to do so much running, so much running, so much this, so much that. It was just mostly putting on weight, gaining muscle. That man was not ready to step on the scale and be ready to fight Tank. He was going to be the embarrassment. If nothing else, this is the reason why he didn't fight Tank. Not because he had a charge. It's because that man was not going to make whatever the fucking weight that he agreed to. Because it's his shit. It's his shit, bro. He wasn't going to make weight. So he pulled this shit out his ass. And when you look at what's going on with Tank, that man don't got no court date. Fuck that. No, he don't. Because his court date was in November. He never had somebody told me a court date was in November. That it never happened. The court date never happened. He never had a fucking court date. He never got arrested. Nothing has happened. And somebody just said some shit. Now, you got all these men around here talking about the Me Too movement for all of these years. These women just lying. They lying on Bill. They lying on it. Oh, okay. They lying on Bill Cosby. They lying on this. Okay. But she's not lying, and there's no evidence of the police doing shit about what she's saying. That's why I can't stand niggas, bro. Where's the men at? Can't stand you niggas. Where's the men at? What's really going on here? What's really going on here? That man wasn't going to make weight. He wasn't going to make weight. So he plastered Tank's name and he ran his name through more bullshit. This is a really big name. I know how people think about Jake Paul, but Jake Paul, it was packed in that bitch to fight AJ on 2-3 weeks notice. It was packed in there. That man has a whole different following, bro. And I know this because I'm subbed to people on YouTube that don't talk about sports at all. And they made a video about Jay getting knocked out, talking about finally and shit. Like 3 different people made a video that don't even talk about sports. I didn't even know they knew who Jake Paul was. But yeah, they do. And they couldn't wait for him to get knocked out. How so, boss? How so? You just got to keep it real, man. Got to keep things real. That man did all of this shit because he wasn't going to make weight. So he fought somebody bigger than him so he won't have to lose any weight or much weight, whatever. Okay? This is all for himself. Like, who cares? He was going to get knocked out versus Tank, in my opinion. He was going to get hurt regardless. He just made it easier on himself through camp. That's what I see. That's what I see. Bro made it easier on himself. Yeah. Oh, shit. Hold on. People getting stupidly blinded by money instead of appreciating and having reverence for the sport. Yeah. I should put something behind that. It's hard to read. And his skill and athleticism requirements. Yeah. He was playing boxing for real. Got paid $60 million for it. He don't need it. Bro, give me $60 million. I don't need none of y'all fucking respect. Give me $60 million. I don't care how y'all feel about it. Real talk. Be happy for me or go sit the fuck down. Salute Mike Biggs boxing leveling up to be a corner boss. Definitely appreciate you up in the building. Corner boss? Wait. Hold up. Jake Paul been on some Johnny Knoxville jackass type shit since he got into boxing. That ring was huge enough for him to run around for a while. AJ called him exactly that ring though. Oh my gosh. Jeez, bro, that joint is big. That joint was big enough for 3 dolphins to swim around that bitch like a small ass pool. That shit was big as a motherfucker. Why is that ring so big? I heard people saying the measurements, it was 22 feet. I heard all of that. But seeing is believing, damn it. That joint was huge. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Bruh. And used all the slip dive, all the slip dive tactics that they can get from all the little guys that beat them up in sparring, bro. He was dipping, dodging, doing a little Kim out this bitch. And still got caught. Crazy. There are none, just haters for real. Right. It is. Bunch of haters. Suits you who that? Wallace. TJ Wallace in the building. Say, I only wish AJ put a worse beating on Jake Paul. Yeah, he couldn't. Yo, I'm telling you. Well, Jake said Jake said, I don't know if you was in there, but Jake said Shakur taught him how to get around the ring and evade AJ so he can ruin boxing. That's what he said. He said Raymond Ford, and Keyshawn Davis helped him, get through this fight, and they wanted them to win real bad. Definitely was gonna get sparked, and he confirmed what all the other ninjas that constantly hate on Tank really know. Tank is different than these other cats, and they was working him. Tank spanking, right, sparking ish. Yo, they was beating him up, yo. 22 feet, right? That ring was big. They was beating him up, though. You can't tell me that they wasn't beating him up after he admitted it. He admitted it. He said, I seen everything the little guys was doing. Play it one more time.
A sizable advantage of more than 7 inches and
Not even a
60
minute long.
pounds.
I was training to fight the smaller guy. I was working on speed, coming down in weight. But I saw the tricks that all the little guys were doing to me to be able to hit me. Now I'm taking all of that, and I'm the little guy going against the big guy who's going to have trouble hitting me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. They almost succeeded. Almost ruined boxing. They almost ruined boxing. You almost succeeded, bro. You almost had it. You almost was there. Almost. But I would like to put this out. Matter of fact, hold on, wait. Let me drop this real quick. And then now let me put this on my. I wanted to show something. Hold up. What y'all think about this, bro? Let me know what you think about this.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course, when you tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'ma do it before you. Come on, bro. I gotta prove a point to pop up first. I'm not your dog for real.
Tio, whenever you ready to fight, let's make it happen.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
You might be the next one, too. I will you up, boy. TFimo been doing a lot of talking lately, so hey, I go up to 140 and fight TFimo.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I'm close with your family. Once I slime you out, they gonna replace you with me. Your mom gonna need somebody to put on the wheel, bro.
My young buzz. He's my young right now.
Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
Are you gonna fight or die?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I knocked off your plug once the trap started booming. Couldn't let that head get as big as them pipes. That's when I knew I had to stop the motion.
Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I watch your pockets. Can't let them get bigger than mine.
Number one. Hey, for now, bro. For now. Hey, for now.
We offered them the 25%. He said he didn't want 25%. Then he said he wanted 50. But it's like, they said I was a bitch, right?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I tell you not to go to church. You might start asking God to remove your enemies. He gonna remove me.
Congratulations with your upcoming, with your daughter coming. I lost my daughter, but I'm happy for you and yours, man. And like she said, I believe you will be a great father, and I respect that.
I appreciate that, but look, all that friendly stuff, dude, I ain't with that. We not friends.
Oh, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Honest opinions only. Honest opinions only. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that, bro? Because I tell you what, man. I did not see that footage. Like, it's only one piece of footage in that whole little skit that I seen, and that whole short I seen. I did not see the first, the second, like all of that stuff I ain't seen. And now that I seen it, woo, Shakur. Man, I was already thinking it, but
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course, when you tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'ma do it before you. Come on, bro. I gotta prove a point to pop up first. I'm not your dog for real.
T.O., whenever you ready to fight, let's make it happen.
I never seen that.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
You might be the next one, too.
I didn't know that either.
TFE been doing a lot of talking lately. So, hey, I go up to 140 and fight TFE.
I'm your hating
remember
ass
him calling
homeboy. Of
you
course I'm
out.
close with your family. Once I slime you out, they gonna replace you with me. Your mom gonna need somebody to put on the wheel, bro.
My young buzz. He's my young right now.
Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
Are you gonna fight or not?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I knocked off your plug once the trap started booming. Couldn't let that head get as big as them pockets. That's when I knew I had to stop the motion.
Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I watch your pockets. Can't let them get bigger than mine.
Number one. Hey, for now, bro. For now. Hey, for now.
We offered them the 25%. He said no. He said he didn't want 25%. Then he said he wanted 50. But it's like, they said I was a bitch, right?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I tell you not to go to church. You might start asking God to remove your enemies. He gonna remove me.
Congratulations with your upcoming, with your daughter coming. I lost my daughter, but I'm happy for you and yours, man. And like she said, I believe you will be a great father, and I respect that.
I appreciate that, but look, all that friendly stuff, dude, I ain't with that. We not friends.
Hold on, man. Hold on. My guy, are you there? Thomas Hill, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad.
Are you there? There you are.
I am here.
What is good, man? What is good with you on this nice Sunday morning? Salute to you,
Well,
Lone Star. What is good with you, sir?
The fact that I was able to wake or be up in this day is always a good thing. It's always a blessing. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
Whoever put together that little skit right there,
That's
man,
hilarious.
that is comedic genius right there. That is pure comedy gold. But, you know, it does show that there is a silver lining at times that might not be a good sign. And that silver lining may be dripping with all types of satire. And that satire sometimes is ironically akin to envy. And that may be what we see in that clip right there. Now, that very first clip, I think that was a troublesome type of sign right there. I don't
Is that the
want
one
to put
where
too much.
he was calling out
Yeah.
and then Shakur came and made fun of him? I never seen that, yo. And when I seen it, I was like, oh shit. Like, now I see it the way other people are seeing it with him still. I didn't see that clip. I did not really, because a lot of times when I watch fights, I'll turn that shit off or I'll be doing something on my phone after the fight is over. I don't remember him calling out T.O. after a fight. I don't remember that clip. I don't remember T.O. telling him ringside after a fight that he might be next. And then now Shakur's fighting him. Yeah. Fighting T.O. instead of Keyshawn. But my bad. Go on. Since I had to make sure that's the clip you're talking about, right? When he called out.
No, that is the clip that I'm talking about. And, you know, I got nothing but respect for these young brothers, man. And I don't wish no ill upon them. But the way things has transpired, that clip and the way he placed it kind of set the tone, the bar, and also gave a little bit of levity to the fact that the nature of the clip. Like saying, yo, this dude right here, he say he in your corner, but is he really there in your corner? Is he really there for you? Or is he always looking to one up you? And that just may be his competitive nature, and he just don't know how to balance it with his friendship. Not gonna say that's such a bad thing, but it could be that we're like putting extras on it and looking into it too much, but it could be true. And it could validate the reason why my man put that clip together. That being said, it's just a little strange that whole scene took place.
Yeah.
And it didn't give the other person a little bit of cause for like a pause. Like, yo, what was that back there?
Now, let me ask you. After seeing that, and you see now that he signed to Jay Prince, in my honest opinion, the fact that they've been together for so long, I remember Jay Prince sitting there with Shakur Stevenson having the umbrellas in his hand, talking about to an NBA young boy, we got your umbrellas, we got your car keys. Like, bro, y'all are on, like, y'all been together and doing some shit for a while. You took them from New Jersey and not, like, bro, y'all bond, Shakur and Jay Prince's bond is on a totally different level than with Keyshawn. The fact that Keyshawn is now signed with Jay Prince tells me that whatever private conversation Keyshawn had with Jay Prince, he will tell Shakur Stevenson. Whatever move he planned on making, Shakur will know about it. You understand what I'm saying? He can't, in my honest opinion, this is what it seemed like to me. My bad. It seems like that he was going to be left in the dust. Now, just listen to this. Just hear me out.
No, I'm listening.
Came up with Shakur Stevenson, came up around him, around the same age, older than him, all of that. They become big. You know what I mean? Rather if they're a big star or not, whether if they're a pay-per-view star or not, like they're a bigger name. It seemed like Shakur Stevenson plateaued and then just is dwindling. He don't fight in his hometown no more like that. He don't fight on, he don't fight on Saturdays like that. He's not pay-per-view. He's not a star like that. He's still trying to find a home. He's freelancing right now. And it's like the guy that came up that's supposed to be his little bro, Keyshawn, is about to take off even after doing a stunt that he did with Albright and missing weight and all of that, losing money, missing out money, all of that shit. Like and now he about to come back and be at 140. Like he moved up and got out of Shakur's weight class, and Shakur followed him to the weight class and about to take the food that he was trying to get. Like, bro, that's what I see. That's what I see. And when it comes to, and it's like, he come back at 140 and all of his fights be popping. He only had a couple fights in his hometown before this shit happened, and then he got kind of shelved, but not really. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so he can come back and still get higher and higher, become a star. He's just starting. He's just beginning for real. Like he's just starting to get big. You know what I'm saying? Shakur been there and he dwindled. Like real talk. I don't care who you are. That man dwindled. He was a bigger star than what he is now. He was a bigger star then than what he was last year. Shit. So I mean, when you look at the people around him, they doing big. Look, Ryan Garcia can be shit, like he said. He cannot have a title, but he's a way bigger name than Shakur Stevenson.
Agreed.
Tank Davis, bigger name. Devin Haney, bigger name. T.O. He talking about T.O. like T.O. the second coming of fucking Bud Crawford, Terrence Crawford. That's how Shakur talking about T.O. right now. Tell me I'm lying. Like, bro, so he's the only one that's not doing shit. Like, regardless of, you can have as many accomplishments and accolades, that dirty ass cuss word, all you want. Where's he when it comes to numbers? Where it comes to seats? Where it comes to being the face of boxing like he wants? Where's he at when it comes to the fans? And you can't be the face of boxing and say fuck the fans, nigga. It don't go like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So when you want to start fighting for the fans, then you can say you the face of boxing and mean it. You didn't even mean it when you said it. But I mean, regardless of the fact, bro, it just looked like your ass is being left in the dust. So what did you do? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this nigga's his biggest fight in his eyes, or his best competition, upcoming competition. That's what I'm gonna do. Because in my opinion, Shakur Stevenson was just talking about fighting Tank Davis. You didn't really want to fight him, or else you would have took that one fight deal. And let's talk about that for one little second, bro. If a man sit and say, because I got the footage and I'm about to play some shit, but if the man sit and say and deduce Well, I don't know. I don't really want to get into the reason why the Shakur fight didn't happen, but it seemed like it wasn't the right time for him, and he wanted to see what was going to happen after. That sounds like an answer you give to somebody when you're trying to get a network, not a deal. So he looked at Gervonta Davis as a whole fucking network deal instead of a fight. How can a network call your ass for one fight and you be like, oh no, well, I want to work with PBC? It don't work like that, bro. That shit don't work like that. He didn't want to fight Tank Davis, and everybody knows if you fight him, you so confident, you're gonna be the one to beat him. You should have took that one fight deal, and you would have had a second fight. That's what's gonna happen. Everybody knows your career get better after you fight Tank, and you're the great Shakur Stevenson, right? Is he gonna hit me? Is the question, right? So if that's the case, then you should have took that one fight deal, my brother. And if you would have beat him, look what your career would have blossomed like fuck.
Yeah,
You would have got
I agree.
Your career would have blossomed like fuck. But having Stephen Espinoza ass, everybody knows he don't got no reason to lie for Tank Davis, bro. He don't got no reason to lie for nobody, son. He did the same thing to Devin Haney and called out Devin Haney's bullshit. And Devin Haney got mad on Twitter. Bruh, he's not lying for you Negroes. Okay, so him saying what he said, let everybody know it wasn't Tank's fault that the fight didn't happen, because Tank cannot give you a multi-fight deal, bro. All he can do is give you two. Beat him in the first fight and he'll give you another. But he can't give you a multi-fight deal. So Tank is the one that got denied the fight because Shakur wanted more shit out of the deal. Now, all of this shit that's going on right now, nobody wants to sit and acknowledge the fact of the matter that he is running around here putting his career on hold for fighters. And that's not a good thing anyway. If you're supposed to be a great fighter, why are you putting your career on hold? At 126, you put your career on hold for Valdez. Valdez was scared of you, ducking you. You got him at 130, and then you held your career for Leo Santa Cruz. You never even got Leo Santa Cruz. You come to 135, and now you holding it for Tank Davis. You get the fight. They try to make the fight, and Bob Arum says no and don't tell you. Years passed. Now it's 2023 or 24, whenever the fuck this happened. You get the fight again, and you want to negotiate. Somebody that's never been pay-per-view. You want to negotiate. Because of that dirty ass cuss word accolades. You want to negotiate with Gervonta Davis after all of these years. You really didn't want the fight, in my opinion, because I'll go back to Ryan Garcia that did what he needed to do to make the fight. Hell, you did what you needed to do to get the guy that was running from you, Oscar Valdez. Need I remind y'all, he fought Oscar Valdez right after putting on that stinker versus Kunta. You remember he fought Kunta and said, well, Nakatilia. And he said, well, I couldn't really get out on him because I got hit with something I didn't like. His very next fight was the fight that he was waiting on getting was versus, what's his name? Heron. And he showed the fuck out on Heron. When he gets certain fights he wants, that's when he fights his best. And because I know Shakur Stevenson is a better fighter than what he shows versus certain competition, bro, he's giving us his ass to kiss. And people are falling for this shit. I've been said I'm irritated about Shakur because he can fight fucking better. And he just choose not to because it's safer. Like his words, I'd rather go home. You remember Tim called him out. Tim was like, I asked Shakur, what do you really want? Shakur was like, I want to get in a fight, make all this money, and go home with no scratches on my face. Bet. And you fucking fight like it, my G. You definitely fight like it. You fight like it, and I like the defense of awareness. I like the way you fight, but your offense need to be just as great as your defense. It needs to be just as great. You need to try just as. I've seen you beat ass and use your offense just as well as your defense versus Valdez, versus Heron. You do this shit. You just don't do it versus Nakatilia and fucking Santos. Edward De Los Santos, you just don't want to fight Tank. And that going back to the Devin Haney shit, the 25 or 20%, I was with him on that shit. Like that shit was bogus until I got educated. When the contract actually happens, he's going to get the minimum requirement is 30. He's going to get 30. He could have agreed to fighting in Devin's backyard. When the paperwork came through, he would have got 30. He would have got 30. And he know that shit. He know that shit. This is a lot of times when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, it'd be a dick swing contest. It'd be a piss contest. That's what it'd be. And I don't know how many times he did this so a fight didn't happen. So yeah, it looked like he wanted to fight everybody. It was looking like he wanted to fight Tank. But when you see the stuff that he does when he gets to the negotiation table or on the phone with these niggas, they fucking like, nigga, please. Just like right now, everybody that he said he want a fucking rehydration clause on, he really don't want to fight. Period. Because he's nobody to put a rehydration clause on somebody. When he fought Oscar Valdez, he did whatever Oscar Valdez wanted to get that fight because he knew he was going to beat the shit out of Oscar Valdez. He knew it. He took B-side money and everything. And he admitted it. He got more money than him. And he was the A-side. And he was fine with that. How are you not fine with Tank being the A-side? You're not fine with Tank being the A-side? How about you figure out what the fuck you're going to do in your safe-ass, defense-ass career? You wanted to play safe your entire career. You wanted to play safe. So if a network don't want to buy you, don't want to pay you $3 million for a dry-ass fight, then that's your business. Don't put it on Tank and PBC.
Yeah, accountability. I'll say this. It may have never gotten to him. And I think that revelation of what happened between Ward, where Ward wasn't aware of a fight because Prince didn't never divulge that to him. I think that took place with the situation with Tank. But it could be that, it wasn't to his liking and he wanted to make sure, he got everything that would allow for him to find back glory in case it doesn't go the right way. I also believe that, like other fighters, they really just use Tank as a means of leverage to garner more buzz and more recognition to their brand. And more so, they are interested in what they can get off of his name as far as taking down his name. Do I think that he wants to fight? I think he wants the things that come along with the fight. But one thing that comes along with the fight will also be an outcome. And I think that what you saw with Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul was in there getting touched up by them young bucks, them little bucks. And, he was like, damn, these niggas really not Tank. Imagine if it's his ass.
Yeah.
I can get sparked. And I think he had his people contact other people to find their way up out of there. And I think they fudged around and found a way out. Because is he not a civilian or is he something beyond a civilian?
I think he's a civilian. Well, his hands could be registered. I'm not sure. Salute to you, Queen Tay, the real queen of MMA is in the.
Well, the reason why I say that is because he is ironically one of very few people privied to see a quote unquote tape that only is being held under the auspices of the police department. So now, if you were that, I'm saying I think all of that stuff was fabricated. Honestly, I believe so. Because there's too many things that point to the fact he shouldn't be out walking around having liberty to hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving when, what he's done has been a violation of his probation. What he's done has been something that has been handled before with that same jurisdiction of law enforcement. And the first time it was handled in that same fashion, maybe a less graphic, but the same fashion of taking somebody out there. 5 days later, they came, brought him down. The next time after that, it was a call. They came the next day, brought him down. And they got the police they got footage of this dude doing this. And, he's supposed to also have another charge applied to him. That is definitely another violation of his probation. And yet and still, there's no knock on the door. coming to get him, and he's on the run. That makes him a fugitive. Yet there's no
Who's on the
warrant out there.
run? Who's on
No
the run?
That's what some people say. He's running from, and and then you got people talking about making fights with this nigga in 26. So now, if he's done all of that, there will be no 26 for him to make fights.
Yeah.
They would know this.
When is he going to jail? When is he going to salute to you? Salute to you, Jose Diaz. What is good with you, Kings? Definitely appreciate both of y'all for coming through.
So with that, I don't see what you saying as being completely off the target. There is a way that you look when you want. Now you on record, like you said, and you gonna play the video where you said, "What do I have to do to make the fight?" And somebody says, "Well, maybe you would have to go to PBC." Is like that what you want me to do? I will do it. So you on record saying that, and we got to hold fighters to what they say because that's the standard that's being applied to Tank. Well, then if that's the case, it should be applied to him. And in this regard, it should be that nigga. I said, I will go wherever I got to do. I will take whatever I got to take to get that fight where the fight has been talked about being available. And there was no taking of the fight. Now, whether it came across to you or your people who represent you, because I think that whenever they get anything at Top Rank don't go to him, they go to his representative. And I think that they went to your boy Prince, and Prince like, nah, that's not a good look for my folks. So you're not going to even relay that. And like you said, many people, because they don't like Tank, said that Steven Espinoza, who is somebody that represented a publicly traded entity, cannot get up there and give false information because he will have distracted and on top of that misled the people who buy into the company and the stock. He would have been fired. So he can't get up there and lie. He just simply pointed out that they were not aware of any part of their career at any stage of their career.
And that's why he put his foot in his mouth, and that man asked him the question. Well, Steven Espinoza asked him, it was like, yo, so where do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? I got all of that. He asked, where are you? And he took the high road, like always, instead of be real, motherfucker. We're gonna believe everything you're saying. He the one who sat there and was like, yeah, I'm already there. I'm doing it. I'm just mine.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Bet he let you put your foot in his mouth and told you. Well, we try to get a fight with you already. So what's up with that?
So like you said, if you're being objective and you have no disdain, no kind of malice or disregard to the nigga Tank, you would have heard that for what it really was, and that was what he was doing. He was letting it be known. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you play it.
No, go ahead.
He was letting it be known that you really have no wherewithal of what's going on with your career and how it's being handled. And I'm just going to allow you to speak. And people mistook him talking like he normally talks, where he's trying to find the right words to say, where, it don't offend people, where it might become litigious in nature, and also where, it will paint the other person in a good light. And, sometimes that comes with a broken pattern of speech as him trying to find a way to tell the truth out of a lie. And he was not lying. That's just the way he talks. They would look for anything to justify the fact that, there was no fight between Tank and Shakur, and it wasn't because of Tank.
All right. Speaking about the horse's mouth.
Preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, earlier.
Oh, I know what happened. But I don't know if I can fix it. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get rid of it to fix it. I'm gonna have to get rid of it to fix it. How come it's not playing? Well, whatever. I made this joint right here is I think like 2 months old. I was doing this video right here, but this is all recorded shit. Like Everything that people are saying that Shakur said is all recorded information. It's all stuff that you can find right here on YouTube, man. Let me see. I know what I'm gonna have to do if this don't work. But for the guy that just came in here, let me see if this works. For the guy that just came in here and said asked us what we're talking about.
You talking about my man Jay Wallace?
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is short. You don't hear it?
Nah, I don't hear any sound going right now.
Damn. It's real life.
Knocked off your plug once the trap started booming. Couldn't let that head get as
There
big as
you
them
go.
pockets. That's when I knew I had to stop the motion.
Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I watch your pockets. Can't let them get bigger than mine.
Number one. Hey, for now, bro. For now. Hey, for now.
You tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course, when you tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'ma do it before you. Come on, bro, I gotta prove a point to pop up first. I'm not your dog for real.
T.O., whenever you ready to fight, let's make it happen.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
You might be the next one, too. I will you up, boy. TFM been doing a lot of talking lately, so hey, I go up to 140 and fight TFM.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I'm close with your family. Once I slime you out, they gonna replace you with me. Your mom gonna need somebody to put on the wheel, bro.
My young buzz. He's my young right now.
Before you even get ahead of yourself, little bro, I'm always gonna be big, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget your place in life.
Are you gonna fight or die?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I knocked off your plug once the trap started booming. Couldn't let that head get as big as them pockets. That's when I knew I had to stop the motion.
Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I watch your pockets. Can't let them get bigger than mine.
Number one. Hey, for now, bro. For now. Hey, for now.
We offered them the 25%. He said he didn't want 25%. Then he said he wanted 50-50. But it's like, they said I was a bitch, right?
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course I tell you not to go to church. You might start asking God to remove your enemies. He gonna remove me.
Congratulations with your upcoming, with your daughter coming. I lost my daughter, but I'm happy for you and yours, man. And like she said, I believe you will be a great father, and I respect that.
I appreciate that, but look, all that friendly stuff, dude, I ain't with that. We not friends.
I'm your hating ass homeboy. Of course, when you tell me it's your plan to do something first, I'ma do it before you.
All right. That was for him that didn't see it.
Nah, for sure. And shout out to the good brother Mike Biggs Boxing. He said something that was said in this video, and it is absolutely. I mean, my man, whoever put this together, boy, he really went in on your boy. He said, "Never forget your place in life." That's diabolical. That really was. When he said it like that, after the way he positioned the video, it was just diabolical. Like he would say something like that.
That's some cold-blooded shit.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
That's cold-hearted.
So yeah.
Very far for reasons I won't go into. For 2024, before there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, early on, like back early, for 2024 before this was scheduled. didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
I just think there were, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight.
Shakur Stevenson did admit to everything that Stephen Espinoza said.
No, absolutely
He
did.
already admitted in an interview that what he said was true. He did get reached out to, and he said he wanted more than one fight versus Tank. He wanted PBC to give him a multi-fight deal. This is true. And it was at least 8 months ago Stephen said it.
On Tank, what do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Now, in my honest opinion, this is the reason why this isn't the same as that. This is the reason why Canelo and Boots getting together to train. This is one of the reasons to spar and whatnot is not the same. Because hold up, come on now.
Go fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money. But from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me. And if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake?
Okay, AJ, like I said, after taxes got over $60 million. I don't know if Tank was going to make more money fighting Shakur. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Only too far ahead of it, but obviously you want to handle business here. Everybody wants to see that fight with you and Tank Davis, man. I think that is one of the big
right?
prospects left out there, man. Like, how do you feel about that? I don't want to have you looking ahead of what's happening Saturday, but clearly that's a big money match right there.
Honestly, I've been calling for the fight for like 2 to 3 years now, so I'm ready for the fight. It's all on Tank. Tank got to say he's ready. I've been hearing that he's gonna fight Jake Paul, so
Jake Paul.
Yeah, it don't seem as though.
Well, he ranked now. He ranked, so I guess he
nah,
legit.
that's not. No, that's not boxing. That's not boxing. Boxing is fighting the best people in your weight class, and the person that people think that can beat you. People don't think Jake Paul can beat him. So,
well, I have 2 questions about that. Okay, number one, I know you said that you thought Lamont Roach won that fight against Gervonta Davis, and that you said if the rematch, you think he's going to win that fight. So why not, wouldn't that be like naturally for you the next person that you would want to fight over Tank?
Yeah, it would be if he beats Tank. I don't want to fight him if he don't beat him. So
okay.
We got to wait and see what happens in that fight.
Well,
I told y'all it's on Tank. It's on Tank. Tell him pull up and.
But it also might depend on this next,
Listen, all respect is a Zepeda, obviously, but
on Tank's next fight, it might depend on that too. Like what happens with that, because
his next fight with who?
I don't know. Whoever. I know he's in talks to fight again. So
I mean, if he fighting Jake Paul. I don't want to.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't fight Jake Paul.
I will fight Jake Paul. I will fight for the money.
Okay, so there
I
you
keep
have
it real
That's an
for
easy
sure.
bag.
But I'm just telling you, like, I'm not watching that shit for sure.
You are gonna watch it.
I guarantee you, I'm not watching that shit.
How could you not watch it and tweet about it?
I watch real boxing. Like, I'm not trying to see him in the ring with Jake Paul. Like, it just don't excite me.
Even the fact that Jake Paul's ranked now.
I like Jake Paul. I'm a Jake Paul fan. It don't excite me to watch somebody that's my op
right
in the ring with Jake.
Okay.
Like, come on, it's not an exciting thing.
Yep, all this footage on everything he's been saying on everybody's podcast is the reason why. That's the reason why I don't even care that he's fans of Jake Paul. I'm more than sure Boots and Bud is fans of Canelo. His mouth, real talk.
I would change if 2 fighters say let's fight.
All right, here we
I
go.
think the business of boxing shouldn't get in the way. Like, I think fighters should be able to get in the ring with each other and fight each other. So that's how I feel. Like just like even with this guy, my guy Stephen Espinoza, he works with Tank. If Tank said, "Yo, let's fight," and I said, "Let's fight," it should be just let's fight, make it happen. It shouldn't be nothing else surrounding that situation and not making a fight happen.
So you blame Steve for this? Is that what you say?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying I fully blame him because but I blame you for also saying that y'all sent the contract to me.
Oh no. Okay, see, I told
I get
Torch
straight
this.
to it, bro.
No. And then never said. He said, "Look, there were exploratory discussions. That was it. Like nobody sent a
But
contract."
everybody kind of took that
It
as
said, you know how it is. You say 10%, it becomes 10. And I appreciate you for clearing it up because you and I have gone back a little bit on social media now and then. And I want to go back to your point about the business. So I think as fighters mature, they become more and more like in the early stage, you're just fighting.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, you transition to be like, no, I want to have a say. I want to, and ultimately, you see guys like Floyd or like Crawford or Canelo, they're fully in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Like, where are you in that process, and how do you transition from being like a guy who goes in the ring to a guy who it isn't working for a promoter, who has a promoter working for him?
I'm actually, me and my manager, which is Jay Prince, we actually like very tight. Like that's damn near my family to me. So any conversations that I'm knowing about it or knowing exactly what's going on. So as you saying, like as I got older, I kind of got involved into everything that's going on with career and
This shit is not gonna work. I'm not gonna push it either.
yeah, I'm ahead of it, bro.
That's good.
And that was him saying it though. What we was just describing. That's him saying that shit. I'm not gonna keep doing it.
So he said he was ahead of the situation, and he's always in the loop of what's going on, what comes in, and what. Go ahead. My bad.
I hear you now.
So I was just saying that he was saying that his last words that played was, "I'm ahead of it." So he's in the loop about any and every conversation that's coming in about possible matchups, and then he's also in the loop of saying who he wants to fight and being an integral part of making that fight happen. Now, this is the problem. You said everything he said is what you're using to justify why you say, he never wanted to fight. And I'm gonna tell you what he didn't say that also justifies why I believe that the offer was sent. Now, not a contract, but the offer was sent. There was a time when he was taken to social media heavily and going on interviews where he was pretty much taunting, talking about he's scared to get in the ring with me. He know better to get in the ring with me. He outright said, that boy be out there ducking me. He don't want no part of this smoke. That was a time where it was taking place. Then that interview that dropped with YSM correspondent with Steven Espinoza, that dropped. And then after that dropped, the conversation changed where, he ain't ducking me. I'm not ducking him. That fight's going to happen. So that lets me know that somehow, some way, something had shifted where they felt like they didn't no longer have to press the duck or he know better card or button to continue to further the cause. He finally was able to make some headway. And that, to me, more so than anything, lets me know that, hey, there was some contact. And he maybe not aware of fully the disclosure of the terms, but something was sent their way to possibly get them to sign on so they could replace that Loma fight. And unfortunately, whether it was by him not getting alerted of that or just not being comfortable what was the alert, that fight didn't take place. And that's on him because he was the one who said all this other stuff prior to the fight.
So you know that he knows that Tank did want to fight him. That Shakur knows that Tank did want to fight him.
I believe he was aware that there was an offer sent for a possible fight. And I think that's why he said we contacted him and said we down for it, and we never received another offer. That's common. That's confirming that there was some talks going on.
Exactly. So why do you think he wanted a multi? I'm not even going to say that. Why do you think
he wants a multi?
Espinoza, why do you think Steve Espinoza said that he feels that Shakur, it wasn't the right time for Shakur, and Shakur wanted to know what was going to happen after? Because that's really what he said. So why do you think he said that? Steven Espinoza.
I think that why Steven Espinoza said that?
Yeah, Steven Espinoza said that was the reason why he, that was the explanation he gave them on why Shakur didn't want to fight him. He said he don't think it's the right time for Shakur, and he said that what did he say? He said something about like he's not that Shakur wanted to know what was going to happen after the Tank fight.
Yeah. So basically,
fight,
he would be inclined to say something like that for the simple fact that whatever the outcome of the fight was, that was going to be the end all be all.
Yeah.
And Shakur wanted to make sure that if that outcome wasn't favorable, he would have some way to reclaim something back. So I would get some good fights on there. And I think that it wouldn't work out for them in particular because they have an allegiance to the fighter that's brought them to the place that they're at. And they don't want to put competitive desires and demands upon that same spot because, he's the cash cow. Yeah. So if you don't get your favorable look in that fight, you're not going to get anything more than that. You're just going to have to take that L, and we don't really have much else for you because whatever we do have lined up is going to be lined up for the heavy hitter that we do have.
For the winner instead of the loser, instead of the person that lost. But I understand that. I understand that fully. Now
for him,
do you really think Shakur would have? Do you think Shakur think that they was going to be like, yeah, we can get you a fight with this person? Do you think he would have been that? Do you think Steven Espinoza and PBC would have said yes to his request? Is he really thinking that they would have been like, sure, we'll give you a multi-fight deal, even though we're not calling you to get you to sign for us for a we're not calling you because we're a network and we want to sign you. That's not what we're calling you. We're calling you to get one fight.
No, because they believe they have the goods. They have if 135 is a position of intrigue, then we have the biggest piece of intrigue that there is. And he dictates and he commands more of whatever's. Yeah. It's the proof in the pudding. This man has not had a fight in X amount of time, and still everybody mentions him. The boxing world is essentially stopped because of him, and it's starving right now because he's not in the ring. It's like when you ain't had that good meal. As soon as you get that meal, your movements are quicker. You not masticating your food. You chomp 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 swallow chomp 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 swallow. That's what's gonna happen when he get in the ring. It's like people are craving for him to fight, and these people that they say he needs to prove himself about, they not proving themselves amongst one another either. So then it doesn't become that it is something that's Tank. It's just that people clamor to see him either do well or do bad. And these people are willing to believe anything negative of him if they do not like him or if they do not like the PBC. So no, he can't. He's not in a position. He doesn't have anything to come to the table with where he can dictate terms. So you get what you're offered, and you are a person that is on record. And this is the biggest drawback for him. You're on record saying that I will do whatever it takes to get that fight because that's the fight that will change my life. They know you said this, so they're not gonna. And then there is the Errol Spence debacle. That Errol Spence debacle means that we'll never let something like that ever happen again. You're not going to come in being low hanging fruit, dictating the best choice fruit. You don't get to get.
Damn.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold up. Salute, Shell. What is good with you? Look at that. He said Shakur wanted 2 fights before the Tank fight to get more money out of PBC. He knows it's all over after Tank sleeps him. I ain't even think like that. I ain't even think that he wanted
That what I was
something
going to get to that part.
damn fight. That's crazy. Because Espinoza was like he wanted to. Did he say after or I would have to listen to it again? Damn. But go ahead.
Well, like the thing is, he's going to look for more leverage in the fight. Like if I can't, because it could be a bad look. I mean, let's face it. Most people that get in the ring with Tank, they often don't remember how they left that ring. So it's like, okay, there's a possibility that I've been talking heavy on him, saying he's scared and all this other stuff. He know better than get up in there. And then when we do get up in there, he make real light work of me. Like I'm not even who I say I am. And like the work that I put in really wasn't merited to anything to what he's really put in, even though I've been talking about him. And then that translates to the point where people don't really want to see me no more. Then I lose whatever traction that I have made. And I have to start all over again. And it's tough to even build up to where I was. And that wasn't even a big dent to as opposed to what he is. And yeah, it's like you suffer career setback or reset. And some people can't recover from that. So if I'm going to look bad, I want to make sure that I have something to fall back on. Because let's face it, Devin took that loss and people looked at him like chump change, like he was washed. And it was off of one fight.
I think it was a lot surrounding that though. Like him and Ryan got history. He shouldn't have been able to hit him with that left hand so easy that you fought him 6 times already, bro. He's always fought the same way, and Devin went in there with the wrong game plan. It's a lot surrounding that. It's Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
it's more loss against Tank. Man, I don't get Tank's my bro. I've been saying this. I'm on record as saying this. I'm not fronting. It's not an easy fight. Tank not gonna go in there and knock him out in 3 rounds. He's not gonna beat Shakur in 3 rounds, bro. Like it's not gonna be an easy fight. Like we're not doing that. So I mean, yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna Tank versus everybody, but he's not an easy fight. I never said that. I never said it was an easy fight versus Devin. I've never said that. I never said those things. So
it's an easier fight versus Devin, though.
Easier, yeah, maybe, but I'm just saying, Ryan Garcia was the guy that he was shitting on the whole time, saying that Ryan Garcia wasn't nothing, and they had all that history. It shouldn't have happened. It did if he would have had the right game plan. When it come to Shakur Stevenson, Shakur be giving Tank his flowers sometimes. Well, for the most part, he don't sit there and say you're a bum. All the stuff that Devin said to Ryan, Shakur don't say about Tank. You feel me?
You're absolutely right. That's why I say there's that. See, I don't have the problem that most people have with Shakur. I understand that, he's got to say whatever he's got to say to make himself relevant in these days and times, because usually it's how you push yourself out there on your own accord that dictates, the response that you receive. So he's doing his best to push his name out there and get people to see, like, I'm somebody you should check out. Now, do he say some stuff that's asinine at times? Yeah, I think they all do. I think he just does it a little bit more than most. Is he doing things that, I don't rock with? Yeah, I think he is. But I think that he's desperate to be in it. You want my spot, Flash? You want my spot? And that's always been the case in any single industry or format. So I don't fault him even for that. What I do fault him for is when you're saying that you want to fight and there's a chance for you to make the fight, and then the fight don't get made, and you saying you will do anything. You're on record saying I will even sign to you to make the fight happen if that's what I got to do. This is the fight that I want more, and I know that I can't dictate anything. And then when it's time to make the fight, if it's just one fight, that means, hey, they only offered Floyd Mayweather one chance.
Yeah.
And this one chance you're going to be at a major disadvantage. Floyd was like, I'm going to bet on me.
Yeah, they bet on him. We said the same thing. People bet on him. And the way Shakur was talking, wouldn't you think he would? Wouldn't you think he would put everything on the line and fight? Yeah, you remember he was on the Rise podcast and the way he was talking. Like you let everybody know, like, bro, you beat Tank, like that shit. That's watch. Like you kept saying that shit, so it made me think, like, yeah, that shit's gonna happen. You feel me? They about to fight.
At any opportunity that you're gonna jump on it, because that's how valuable that fight is to you in your career, and that's how valuable you are to the ring and the sport. So you believe in that your skill is superior to him, and there's nothing he can do because all he can rely on is power. So then that should have been easy. That should have been an easy sale.
I
Hell
agree
yeah,
with
I'm
what
taking
you're
that.
saying about Shakur. All right, like I don't hate on Cat. I agree what you're saying about him, but where we differ, the reason why I'm mad about it is because he knows exactly. He knows exactly what both of us are saying, and he knows Tank want to fight him. And after this whole ordeal happened, he continued to act like Tank was the problem. That's what got on my nerves.
Yeah, because
After
he's not
all of
taking
this
account.
went down, he continued to act like Tank was scared on certain platforms. He
But Ash,
continued
let
to
me.
say on other platforms that they're like, bro, just let it go. That's why when Tank came out and was like, bro, let it go, we ain't never gonna fight. He was like, all right, so let me get on with my career and move up and fight Teal. Like, bro, you could have been did that. You could have
No,
been
absolutely, and you're absolutely correct.
back
We
down.
don't.
You could have been moving around, moving the way that you supposed to move, but you just want you was stagnant. You was having fun, just like Gary Russell do. Y'all was having fun talking about Tank Davis.
No, absolutely, and it's
You
also.
see Judah?
Yeah, peace to you, Judah. That's my man right there. It's also some dissemination to it as well, too, because it serves a purpose. Let's just take things into context, proper
Salute
context.
show.
There
I
are
don't know if I
people.
said how to show. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said how to show. What's salute show? Go ahead. My bad.
I know this is your format. I'm a guest in your house. So there are people who will allow other folks, not Tank himself, to get them to the point where they will not even recognize that they are hating on him because they say they got a problem with his fans. I can never hold somebody to somebody else's behavior or standard. So that will never be me. And if truly you are a genuine person, that will never be you. So you will never hate on this man because of some idiot out that's rooting for him. Secondly, is this, if indeed you really, really went to war with him or you sparred him, you know how good he is. So you know the risk that is involved there. But you know that this man has a negative Q score with the people. A lot of people can't wait to see him do bad or want to see him fail or believe the worst. I mean, we have just witnessed him be on the run, him be caught on film by the police. They have it. These Mickey Frickies is not arresting him. They're building a case against him, even though he's in direct violation of a probation, which remands him back to custody. And yet, and still, they are perpetuating this stuff like it's the God's honest truth. And if people can believe that, of course they can believe that it's his fault. Of course they can believe that he the only one who got to prove himself against certain fighters. These niggas ain't fighting the same folks that they saying that he should be fighting neither. And that's one another. And their resumes ain't that much, if not even at all, better than his. But because it's Tank, it's believable. So yeah, we can spin it.
Yeah. The whole resume thing is laughable right now at this time. Right now at this time, y'all, people can't talk to me about Tank's resume. I'm sorry. And then people want to say, well, Shakur's resume is better because T.O.'s better than anybody on Tank's resume. I'm like, he didn't even fight T.O. yet. He didn't even fight T.O. yet. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's not talk about Tank's resume. Because right now, Tank resume is all over the place, bro. Like all of those people are bigger than him and they're champions right now. And that's how you know about somebody's competition. What were they doing before they fought this fighter, and what have they been doing after they fought this fighter? You know what I'm saying?
That's absolute fact.
If you beat a fighter and they had one more fight and retired, bro, he was already out the door when you beat him. Okay. Now, if you beat a fighter and then after that he had 4 losses, bruh, he wasn't that good. All right. Now, if you beat a fighter and they move up and become a champion, that's different.
No, that's
Now,
absolute facts.
Mario Barrios is a fighter that his last fight was Leo Santa Cruz. Am I right? And he skipped 135. He didn't have a fight at 135, right? Or did he have a catch weight with Gamboa? It was a catch weight at Gamboa, I think. But he fought Leo Santa Cruz, skipped 135, and then fought Barrios at 140. Since then, since he beat Barrios fought freaking Lemonhead. He fought what's his name? Keith Thurman, and had a good fight with Keith Thurman. He beat up a couple of fighters and got a champion as a welterweight. As he's a champion right now, and just fought Manny Pacquiao. What could you say bad about Mario Barrios? He gained a lot of fans, and I'm one of them after he fought Tank Davis. You look at Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz moved up after that fight, beat the shit out of Rolly, had knockout. That fight was very entertaining. I knew it was going to be a good fight. Pitbull versus Rolly, great fight. He moved up and now is a champ. Well, got a belt. He got an interim title at 140. Well, he had a title at 140. Then Ryo took it, and now he has an interim title now at 140. And who else that's up there right now? Ryan Garcia don't have no title, but he's about to get back-to-back title fights. You just had a title fight with Ryan Garcia, and then you about to have another title fight. And he lost both fights. Cheated. Devin Haney beat him up and pissed dirty. Had to give all his funds back that he pushed back, and was suspended for a year. And boom, back-to-back title fights. Like, bro, come on now. You can't, y'all people gotta chill on his resume. Leo Santa Cruz is a four division champion, bro. Like, y'all people need to chill on this man's resume. And people want always shit on him, but he ain't a champion. He ain't no titles. He ain't no title. Everybody jumped on Bud Crawford not caring about paying sanctioning body. So now it's cool, right? That he
No, absolutely. And shout out to my man Shell. He said Barrio stopped Ugas, who stopped Pacquiao, who they talking bad about because he had a little bit of idle play in the fight with him and allowed it to be more close than what it really was. But Pacquiao not chump change. But I'll say this. It's kind of mighty funny that these people hate on this man's resume, but their fighters are actively seeking to fight this man's hated on resume opponents.
The people we already fought.
They cook themselves by doing and saying the things that they say about this man because they hate this man. And it's sad that they hate this man because, like I said, if you put favorite fighter, because favorite fighter syndrome is real, I ain't gonna lie, and it applies heavily to 6 fan bases in particular. And they are Canelo, Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson. Those 6 classes in particular got like real bad idioms that apply to the way that they root for their fighter. But this being the case, when you look at their resumes and you look at the who they have fought, these people have fought similar resumes. If not, Tank is coming out a little bit notch ahead. And I will admit, Shakur versus Tio is a damn good fight. A damn good fight. He's a damn good opponent for both. They're easily both of their best opponents.
I'm surprised Teal took the fight. In my opinion, Teal will forever be that same dude. Like, Teal ducked the shit out of Devin Haney. He's the first fighter that I've seen that ducked a fighter blatantly and didn't care. Yeah. Out of history of boxing, Teal sat and told cameras that they were going to shut Devin out and explained it to the cameras. Okay? Teal's been ducking Devin Haney forever. That's who Teal is to me. Teal's a ducking mofo. He always have good names to write, and all he do is string along to still be a champion or be relevant. He says racist stuff. He says homo stuff. Teal is a cancer of boxing. Every time he opens his mouth, in my opinion, he need to get his life right. Recently, he's been okay. He's been okay after all the racist rants and stuff with Bud and stuff. He's been all right, but he need to seek Jesus the way Rolly did and change your whole verbal aspect on life, bro. Because he's so irritating. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
Tio needs
agreed.
to be. I was about to buy a Cambosis t-shirt when Cambosis beat Tio. No bull. I was about to be a supporter, but Cambosis is half racist himself. You feel me? Like I can't.
Nah, he's worse.
I can't rock with Tio at all. Hopefully Shakur do what he's supposed to do and fight Tio straight up. This is going to be a good fight if they both go in there and not respect each other. Because there's been too much respect in these press conferences when it comes to Tio and Shakur. I don't even like Tio body language when he's standing next to Shakur. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Sandor Martin was a big blow to Tio's ego and his confidence, because I think he understands that he really lost that fight. I think he fully understands that. And then there was a litany of fights where, you know, he didn't look that much better than the people that he was fighting, even though on paper it looked like he was far superior to them. So, you know, you put Shakur in the mix and he's a really good fighter. Like, in spite of what people say about him, the dude is tough because he understands timing, he understands distance, and he can control it very well. You have to be special to get him off of his access. He doesn't have to be special to get you off of your access. And that's you. Go ahead.
Tio don't keep his hands up though. That's the problem. Tio defense is he thinks he's too slick and he's not that slick. Tio don't keep his hands up. And what I see that Shakur takes advantage. He takes advantage and looks for those small openings when fighters adjust their pants, when fighters like do something, look away. He throws a quick ass 1-2 right to your face.
Yeah.
And Tio's going to get hit with that 1-2 a lot throughout the fight because he don't keep his hands up at all. Mm-hmm. It's not going to. Shakur don't have the fastest hands, but his hands is fast enough. His hands is fast enough to hit straight punches. His hands is fast enough to hit Tio with a 1-2 constantly throughout the fight.
No, facts. Absolutely agree with everything you say. I'll add this as well too. Tio is brazen, and because he's brazen, that gets him in a lot of problems. And with somebody in particular like him, he knows that he has faster hands, but he doesn't have faster thought process. He doesn't have a better space of distance or a gauge of distance, and he doesn't have better timing. So even though he does have faster hands, he's going to fool himself into thinking that he can get away with some stuff, and he's going to already have his timing and distance figured out, and he's going to pop him every single time.
Tio loads up a little too much here. He swings a little wide sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, when he moved up to 140 and stopped that dude, Pero, whatever his name is, when he shortened up that little combination, if you fought like that all the time, he'll be dangerous. But he don't. He don't shorten up shit for real. Like, he throw everything with power for real. And if you think he can hurt Shakur and he wanna sit down on his shots, it's gonna be harder to hit Shakur Stevenson.
No, that's a fact.
And for the most part, he can't be throwing no one shot. Like, you really gotta throw a combination at Shakur Stevenson for real. You gotta throw a combination, and it can't be the same shit over and over again. It can't be. You can't throw the same combination. You're gonna pick up on some shit like that. Well, I don't think Tio is that. What do you call it? Creative. Tio does what other fighters do. Like, he'll fight like Roy Jones in a ring for a couple seconds or stuff like that. But I don't think he's that creative when it comes to his combination punching.
No, absolutely. And to speaking to your point, you said he's going to be able to pick up on things that he constantly does. He's repetitive. Mm-hmm. So the tendencies, Shakur is very adept at picking up on your tendencies. And, you know, unfortunately, he is a fighter that falls into tendency. And when things are not going the ideal way, if he can get Shakur to come to him, then he's in his wheelhouse. So it'll be a better fight for him. And yet Shakur is still good enough to adjust on that, but he's not really adept himself at fighting off the front foot, but he's much better at it than is Tio. So Tio's going to have to make him engage in the fight. And if he can't, and he's going to have to seek and destroy, that's where he's going to get destroyed. So it's a good fight because it's a style contrast, and it's something that can produce a different outcome various ways. But it's just one where, I think acumen, timing, distance is where that fight will be won or lost. And I believe if that's the case, then it's Shakur's to win or to lose.
Yeah. Let's talk about Devin real quick. Now, after that fight with Brian Norman Jr., I need to go back and watch it, but I only watched it that one time. I was kind of half tired, but I watched it at one time. I said after the fight, like, the next day when I made my video, I was like, he could be undisputed at the weight class. And I think certain people agreed and made videos, saying whatever they felt like saying, and they agreed because they felt the same way, 2 + 2 is 4. You feel me? Like but let's dig into why I said it. I'm not saying that Devin Haney is the best fighter at welterweight, because he's not. That's not that's still, you need to wait. We need to wait and see about that. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is the way that he's been moving in his career already, and the fact that I see the way he's fighting now, and the fact that who has the belts right now is the reason why I see it. I don't see him going out of his way of fighting anybody that's not a title holder. And the title holders right now is who? Crocker, the guy that he's trying to fight, the UK fighter. Who is it? Rolly Romero and Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? Those 3 fighters, in a lot of people's eyes, it could be victories, and that makes undisputed that easy. You feel me? Rolly has already talked about he's not going to give him a chance to fight. Basically, he's not going to fight Devin Haney. But I want to get into it. I really think, and I said this already, that Karen would be his toughest fight, and the guy that Stank on it. What's his name? Stanionis or whatever. Those two it will be his hardest fights, because those are the 2 biggest fighters in the division, in my opinion. They're big as far as size, and they're skillful, because we already seen both of them fight Boots, but neither one of them has a title. So, and the way that I know the Hedge run, how they move in the sport, especially how they're going to carefully move at 147, all they need to do is fight champions, and they'll be respected. If they get undisputed, that would be the highest thing to accomplish at the weight class. So, do I see him going for it? Yes. Do I see him getting it? Only if they can get the fights? Yes, I see him getting it. But after hearing what Rolly said, I don't see Devin getting undisputed at all, unless somebody beats Rolly and takes that title from Rolly, and then somebody that has that title fights Devin, because I don't see Rolly doing it. And I've spoke about this on somebody's chat, but Rolly's always been the guy that bullied Devin. I don't know if people know this or not, but Rolly was the major bully. Rolly bullied Ryan Garcia. Rolly bullied Devin Haney. Rolly was the major bully. Okay, Rolly had his thumbnail on IG as Devin with a wig on and makeup for about 2 years? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember.
He said awful things about Devin. He's never once said he wanted to fight him. Tell me I'm lying. Do you remember one time like, I want to fight Devin? Never. He's never said it. He's always talked about how Devin sucks, or how made fun of the way he looked, or something like that, or talked about the way he fights. He's never said he wanted to fight Devin Haney. Never. And now that he has the title, I know Rolly wants big fights. He's thinking about big paid checks. He's thinking about big money. Him versus Devin is not big money to him. He's looking to fight somebody that can give him, about 8 figures. Like, he's trying to get big money. I see what it is. But when you look at Devin, he's looking all right at the weight class, but I just see the move. They're gonna fight everybody that's easy to fight. You know, Lewis Crocker, in my opinion, is an easy fighter to fight. Not necessarily how he fights or easy to bite him, easy to beat him, but I think it's an easy fight to make. I think it's an easy fight to make. Like the only people that's going to be wanting big money is like the Shakurs of the the division, and there isn't that many of the division. You look at Lewis Crocker, UK fighter, he's not going to want big money for that fight, so it's an easy fight to make. Like
No,
that's why
absolutely.
you're making it. What do you see about Devin? What do you see Devin doing at welterweight?
I think, like you said, the Lewis Crocker, the way he has been moved in his career has been the path of least resistance. Meanwhile, given the smoke screen of wanting all the smoke. And then he will take a fight where people perceive it to be smoke, and it's a fight that ideally sits in their wheelhouse. So it's a fight that they're confident that they can overcome if they're prepared and if they're well trained and properly training. To his credit, he is always properly trained and he is in well conditioned every fight. So he stands a chance to win just off of that strength alone, because hell, if he wasn't in shape against Ryan, it really would have been bad, because it took a lot of fortitude to get up off of that and a lot of stuff to pull from, because he was wobbled and woozy. But that being the case, they look for fighters. You know how they say fighters don't want to take fights because it's high risk, low reward? Well, they take low risk, high reward fights. So the Crocker is a low risk, high reward, because now I get a belt. I get a belt that really ain't that difficult for me to get, and yet it adds more credibility to my claim as being the top dog in the division. So now I have leverage over everybody else because I am unified. And then it will be a fight that they believe Tank has already fought that will give them the best chance. And I don't believe that fight is Rolly. I think that they will try to take Barrios because he is a relative unknown.
Yeah.
And they thought that he... Go ahead.
No, I agree with you.
Exactly, because that makes the most sense for them, because he's unknown. They haven't... The fact that, they came... However, they found a way to fudge up the Ryan test results to get him to test positive and dissolve that L. They also dissolve the fact that those things that exist are a problem, and people who are good enough can take advantage of it. But they're hating this thing because, like you said Shakur doesn't do what Devin does. Devin despises Tank so much, and the only thing that I can point it back to is doghouse sparring and what subsequently happened after that. They were Floyd's people. They were his next prized possession. That spar session happened, and remember, when nobody saw it, they painted it out as he never touched me. I was whooping his ass the whole sparring long. And, he was fortunate to lay a hand on me. And then when they dropped, you see 26 straight punches land to him, which in a fight, that signifies either you can't protect yourself, or in a real fight, them gloves and that headgear is going to be slightly different, and you're going to feel much more pressure, and you possibly would have got floored to let somebody who won money off that fight and has worked with him to say, look, if it was a real fight, I'm putting my money on Tank, hands down. So, but anyway, after that fight, Tank got taken on a world tour, a tour against the 7 Seas, and then was signed, and then became something greater than what they have ever worked hard, and what they ever, not that they haven't worked hard, but greater than what they had put in the work to try to get. And he don't like that. So he figured that because Tank fought Ryan and Ryan looked so easy, that he ain't that good, because I know I should be able to do that. And he's thinking the same thing with Barrios. Barrios really didn't look good against Pacquiao. He also struggled against Ramos, and
I'm better than both them Mickey Frickies. And on top of that, Tank beat him. And his little ass can beat him. Then I know I got something for him.
I mean, well, they sparred each other. Barrio sparred each other. Devin already let that
Oh,
out.
they did?
Yeah, I had that. I recorded that shit and made a video of it years ago. I think I went on Fanon channel and played that shit and opened up a whole nother can of worms again a couple of years ago. But nah, he was asked. Somebody was interviewing Devin Haney, okay, and they asked Devin, how do you think Tank did in the fight against Barrios? Because the fight was over, it already happened, and basically Devin was like, he's ducking. Like, why did he skip 135? Because he knows it was smoke at the weight class or whatever. And he was like, and they cut him off. They was like, they let him finish and they asked him, like, well, what about Barrios? He's a good fighter. And he cut him off and he was like, Barrios is a nice guy. Like, I already sparred Barrios and shit. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Like, so he already, he told the guy that Tank was just ducking to fight Barrios, and Barrios ain't shit. That's what he said years ago. So right after Tank fought him. So I mean, hey, this is somebody that he already fought. He already sparred before. He already sparred Barrios.
Oh, well, that's even better for him, because I know how the other sparring with Rolly went, and he was getting manhandled in that sparring session.
He beat up Rolly
like that, huh?
Who won in the sparring session with Rolly and Devin?
Well, it was muddy, but if I would have put any type of winner, it would have been Rolly. I thought Rolly was over.
I don't even remember seeing a small clip of it, and it was a Devin Haney clip. Like, it was him looking good on Rolly. I didn't get to see the sparring.
No, he had a section where he got off on him, but it was like he was ragdolling Devin for the most part, throwing him around. And then when because he's just rough, like that nigga. Whatever tradition or discipline he came from, he was using that ish in the ring, and it was frustrating. Your boy Devin Haney, but then he stepped back and he was popping them bees on him. But that being said, that's a spar and that's not the real ring. And I mean, Devin is pretty nice when he's in his comfort, when he's comfortable and he's confident. So if he can find that confidence in it, like he can get to the point where he can start cruising and coasting, and you got to have the wherewithal to cut that out. And some of the people that he's been fighting, they don't have that. And that's what he's been banking on, because let's face it, he really wasn't that stellar against B. Norman. It's just B. Norman didn't give him anything as of opposition. So he didn't have to adjust to anything. He didn't have to worry about anything. And honestly, all that ish they was talking, it backfired. Just like the ish backfired. Hey, but I'm gonna say this, and this is where I give Dev his propers. He was talking a lot of ish against Ryan. And then Ryan went out there and corrected that ish in the ring. But that nigga never gave up, and he never bowed down or punked out.
Yeah.
That nigga literally hit himself in the ring and still got up and scrapped. Like, nigga, I'm still here. When it happened the other way for Norman and them, they was talking all that junk, and then that nigga got sat down. It shook that nigga foundation. He still could have came back and won that fight.
Because it was the second round.
It was the second round.
Enough time to come back and do something, but he started loading up, started thinking twice, and all that bullshit. He started doing all that bullshit.
But it broke him for about 3 rounds, and he couldn't get it back together. And then when it was too late, it was too late.
And I shouldn't have even went. See, and I was the number one guy saying that I was mad that they came in the game off Tank's back, being that he was a welterweight and Tank was at 130 and shit like that. And then when I first seen him actually fight, I wasn't impressed. You know what I'm saying? So I should have just stuck with my guns on it. But whatever. Let's talk about the girls before we get on about
it. But before we transition to that, I will say that you said I could be wrong. Because my initial thought was Devin.
Yeah.
So I won't let that one go by. I did a whole
video about Devin beating him, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it. You said, but I understood what it was. Like, he did look like a world beater for a quick second. But like I said, it was against people who really shouldn't have been at that level where he could have looked like that against. That's the warm up, folks. To me, those people were warm up. The fights you get when you fresh breaking in.
Yeah.
I thought that was the talent that he was looking good against. But he did have some things that he was good at, that if he could be good at it in the ring that night, it would have been difficult for Dev to deal with. He just wasn't. And I got to give credit to Dev on that too, because Dev had a lot to do with that.
He busted snot box. That's what he had to do with it. Salute to you, Zach
Man.
B. It was good.
Hey, you shout out Zach B. You ever watch battle rap?
Yeah, sometimes.
You know New Jersey Turk?
No, now I don't know recent dudes. No.
Oh, okay. Because this is new. Well, he's sort of new, but he's a big dude from New Jersey. And he got a statement that said he shook his pride, and literally that punch, boxing him in a snot box, it shook his pride. And he wasn't able to recover quick enough. And unfortunately for him, and then we can transition, he went back to the corner and he got the wrong type of advisement with the wrong type of attitude.
God. The attitude behind what he said was horrible.
Yeah.
He had just told him after the first round that, look, I told you he don't hit hard. He did it, and he busted snot box right after that. Like, yep, you was wrong. And then said, well, damn. Let me get it. Oh my goodness. I was like, Jesus, bro.
Yeah, it was a double whammy. And it was
boxing.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. It was a double whammy for him, and it did more harm than good.
Yes. Now, speaking about my girls, Caroline Dubois and Alicia Baumgardner, when Carolina Dubois initially went, the first time she said something about Alicia Baumgardner, I made a video about that. It was months ago. When someone spoke to Alicia Baumgardner about how Carolina felt about her, she didn't really want to hear it. She wanted to like brush her off and act like she didn't know who Carolina Dubois was, But now that they were on the same card on Friday, 2 days ago, it was on the same card. In them press conferences, man, like she said something about it. Like Carolina Dubois said something about it. She spoke her mind about wanting to fight Baumgardner, and I think AJ is the one backed her up, saying that it's one of the best fights in boxing and women's boxing, and all of that. Saying that you'll get your chance to see both of us fight, see who entertains you more and shit like that. Alicia Baumgardner really didn't like that. She really didn't like that. Called her a pup and saying that she needed to basically do something, I guess. But that's a great fight. I don't know if Alicia Baumgardner is gonna want to fight Carolina Dubois, but that's a fight that should happen, man. And as far as both of their performances on Friday night, they look great. They look good. Carolina Dubois always looked good to me. It looked like she's being more patient now, and that's what I was kind of looking for. Even though I like her tenacity in the ring, patience is a virtue. She lumps up everybody she fight, and this was no different on Friday night. She dropped a girl. She didn't stop her, but it was an entertaining fight, skillful fight. Now, Alicia Baumgardner's fight was 12 rounds, and it was 3-minute rounds, okay? And I seen the difference. I liked it. I was not least bit of less entertained at all. I was not bored while watching her fight because it was 18, 19 more minutes or some shit altogether. None of that. Like I was entertained. I was entertained by the fight. I think Alicia Baumgardner is a different fighter from what she was a few fights ago. Being that she's with Derek James, I see the difference. And she's very, very patient now. And she waited for her opening. She didn't get tired. She her punch choices was good after like the first 3 rounds. She was opening up whenever she could. She was opening up. She was letting all the body punches hit her for real. But she looked good. She looked good in the ring. She had to drop her WBC title just to have for 3-minute rounds. So shout out to Alicia Baumgardner for doing that. But still the undisputed champion at that weight class in my eyes. I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me with that, Thomas. Is her and Bumgarner in the same weight class? Is Carolina in the same weight class as Bumgarner, or do she have to move up?
They are.
So
It
okay,
is most
not that.
certainly an intriguing. You sorry? I'm sorry. You said what?
I said then it's not hard to make. Then they both
No, no.
signed
It's
up in the
very
same
no.
promotional company.
Yeah,
Now
that's why she went to MVP because she wanted that fight and she knew that that was to be the only.
that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No, I said she went to MVP because she wanted that fight and she knew it'd be the only way she can get it is she was on the same ticket. So that was a step in the direction showing you that she means business. She wants to prove her mettle and wants to go against the best. When you said that's one of the best fights that can be made in women's boxing, absolutely true. There are only like maybe maybe five other fights. Her and they all, and unfortunately, well, Serrano. If Serrano can conjure some magic, and her and Baumgartner would be a great fight. Her and Michaela Mara again would be a great fight. If and when, if it were possible, her and Clarissa would be a great fight. But then it's all Clarissa and Clarissa who she could fight, and they would all be people that she's fought before. With the one caveat being the fight with Clarissa and Shadeja Green, but it would be Clarissa Marshall if Marshall was healthy and in good ring shape, and then Clarissa Gabriels. Those are the only fights that are really big in women's right now,
Yeah.
and three of them involve Alicia Baumgartner, and three of them involve your girl Clarissa. What I will say about Alicia and how she treated Caroline, I don't understand because you was mad for Clarissa doing the same thing to you. So why then, when you had that opportunity, would you not be sympathetic or empathetic to the plight that you had with Clarissa when you wanted to try to prove yourself against her greatness? Try to stunt on old girl for doing the same thing. Also, I will say your girl Sugar Neeks and then Ellie Scottney. I think that would be a hell of a fight again because Sugar Neeks is looking stronger. But I will say what you said, her looking better and not looking tired. I think that is the true greatness of your boy DJ. I think that his conditioning and his attention to conditioning has always been apex in his training. And I think that the first camp that she had with him, she wasn't acclimated to his standards, and I think she was tapped.
Yeah.
So, it showed in the ring, but this time she was fully acclimated and he made sure she was in prime condition, and he let her know that, the core of any great fighter will be their ability to work that body. And I mean, she attacked that body. She was making it absolute priority number one, and it took a hold on that girl.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fantastic fight.
Salute to Kello. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. I think
Okay.
all the girls should have 3-minute rounds.
No, agreed. Because ultimately they're looking for the same respect, especially with the same payout. Now, while they're never gonna get the same payout because of the society that we have and the norms that are coming with that societal bias, they definitely need to do things that would ingratiate themselves to leveraging for better pay. And being as such, you gotta go 3 rounds. I mean, not three. I mean, 3-minute rounds, and you got to go 12 3-minute rounds because you want to make sure there's nothing that they are doing that I am not doing. I mean, the real reason why women's basketball ain't getting the same pay is because you're not giving the same type of entertainment value. You ain't going up there flushing on folks. You ain't going over there just shaking up. Well, they getting the shaking up part, but you still ain't flushing on folks. So there's a standard that's distinguishing yourself from them. These women go up in there and start flooring people on 12 3-minute rounds. They making a hell of a case for, hey, y'all niggas need to pay us.
They can actually pace themselves because they have more time. It's not like they have to squeeze in a lot of activity in each round to win or to win certain rounds. They pace themselves better. Oh, she looked good in there. She wasn't really winded or nothing like that. She looked stronger too.
She looked
She
hella
was putting
strong.
them punches was laying on girl. Especially her head punches was laying on her for real. She was her attack was there. Her and Caroline would be good. But the answer, I think I have an answer to what you were saying. When it came to Alicia Baumgartner and Clarissa, according to Clarissa, they was cool. Like they went to the movies and they were kind of friends. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to girls, like it's cool. It's real quick. Girls, friends can turn into frenemies real fast because a lot of the times, one of the girls, if not both of them, are cool with not liking her best friend. You feel me? I can't be cool with somebody I don't like. It's a lot of girls that'll be purposely cool with a girl that she can't fucking stand. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not
Nah, I
saying I
feel
don't
you.
know which one. I don't know which one was which, but it just seems like after when whatever happened in between them was different because they was friends. When it comes to her, Carolina Dubois, she don't got no like she a UK. She from the UK. She don't. They don't have no comms with each other, so she could treat her however. But it's always going to be some one upping or some type of shit in between Carissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner because they were friends first. It's always going to be like that in between them girls because of how the friendship ended. But
Yeah.
and when it comes to Carolina Dubois, I honestly think she looks at Carolina Dubois as that type of competition that can knock her off her throne. She know that she's not blind. Alicia
No,
Baumgartner ain't
absolutely.
blind.
Absolutely.
So she's not going to jump to try to the opportunity of giving Carolina Dubois opportunity. She ain't gonna jump at that shit. But she know now. When she said "Welcome to the team," she know what's good. Like both y'all under the same motherfucking label now. It's gonna happen eventually. Y'all in the same weight class, unless you plan on dropping all them titles and moving up.
No, facts. Facts. But I wanna put and I don't know it to be true, but from what I gathered, the first one to break the friendship was
Yeah.
Alicia Baumgartner. And it was because Alicia Baumgartner saw something that she had that she said, it rightfully belongs on my shoulders and around my waist. And that's me being quote unquote advertised as the quote, the one who's running boxing, the one who's putting boxing on the pedestal. So she started seeing that, Clarissa really has tendencies too, and she allowed that to go out there and step out. Now, this is the problem where it rubbed her the wrong way. She got one major thing that Clarissa really can't stand. Most people find Alicia gorgeous, very attractive, and she happens to be light skinned. And that is, some people must have been, when Clarissa was young, must have been teasing the hell out of her. And they had to be light skinned people because
You know what?
she got a problem with
I have to say something about that. Is you make a point, but I have to say this. People will call me light skinned. Other people would say I'm kind of brown skinned, but majority people say I'm light skinned. I have a sister that's lighter than me. I have two sisters that's dark skinned. One very, very, very dark skinned. You understand what I'm saying? We never knew there was a colorism problem or shade problem until we moved out the country. You know what I mean? Until we got from around each other and around family. We never made fun of the fact that she was dark skinned, and nobody made fun of the fact that I was light skinned. We never made fun of that shit. Like as when it and Carissa has sisters. She got sisters. I don't know what shade they are, but like it shouldn't start at home when it comes to shades. You know what I mean? Like my sister would call me ugly before she say that I'm light skinned. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like it just don't happen like that. So
I bet. But I want to say one thing while you cooking on that.
Go ahead.
You said my sister would call me ugly before she call you light skinned. Meaning that even if she dark, she still look good. Cause you by no means are ugly at all. So that means she look good. Matter of fact, she thinks she look better than your ass. And she'll call you ugly. And just she playing, but she knows she look good. I think growing up, Clarissa didn't look as good. She came from an impoverished situation, so she probably didn't even look good and clean. So, you know, people that was of a different type of color, even though they may have been black, but may have been lighter, might have been capping on her to the point where it affected her. Now, I agree with you. I've never been part of that. And I come from a family that is severely light. But we do have people in our family that are dark, and we never looked at them any different. But, you know, kids can be cruel, and life can even be crueler. And I think that happened, and I think that it's just a ticking time bomb. And if it hits or it starts to for her, that's enough for her to go boom, because it clearly was prevalent in the Clarissa Layla thing. Like, she truly can't stand Layla, and it had nothing to do with what Layla was doing.
Yeah, honestly, she didn't have nothing bad to say about Layla, in my opinion. So she just kept talking about how pretty. Just think, come on. She's sitting there saying, "Oh, so pretty," like that's a cut down. You sitting there calling her red bone, like that's a cut down. You calling her light skin, like you don't have nothing to say about her. She's rich, she's pretty, she's light skinned. Okay, is that a cut down? No, but Chris Shields tried to make it a cut down. She had nothing to say about it. The girl couldn't do shit to her. Real talk. If you really don't have nothing to say about somebody, they didn't do shit to you for real. Like, come on. Like, what's the real reason? Like, you ever ask somebody, why don't you like such and such? And they be like, man, one day they left the light on in my house. Like, that's the reason why you person? Like, bro, you don't got shit to say. You making up shit. Like, that's really what it is. You don't got a damn thing to say. Hold on. You did. Like, you don't got nothing to motherfucking say. So that's what you have to say. Krista didn't have nothing bad to say about Layla Ali for real. She just wanted to keep it up. So she said whatever, like, she just kept talking about stuff that is really not a cut down. Talking about her looks and that she's light skinned is not a cut down. But Crystal knew that shit. But that's what was angering her. You're right about that. She hated that she was light skinned and pretty. It's crazy, man. If Crystal didn't have no money, she would hate that she's rich too. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? She a hate real when it comes to
And you know, unfortunately, some people are so dense as to believe that the lighter you are, the more attractive you are. I know plenty of sisters that's super dark, but they fly as hell.
No, I don't have no ugly family members. My sisters are not ugly. And yeah, like, I have a dark skinned sister like a mother. Like, actually, if you go to my IG and scroll all the way down, that's my family picture. There's only one person missing out the picture. It's one of my brothers is missing. But that's my family picture. That's all of us. Like, we're all different shades and stuff. And even if I went to school and somebody was making fun of me being light skinned and I brung that home, like, we're like, they would immediately shut that out in my brain. Even if, like, when I'm at school and somebody's making fun of me being light skinned, I'm thinking that all of my family members as light skinned, and I will look at them like, yeah, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what I know. You feel me? You don't know what I know. Like, okay, I'm ugly because I'm light skinned. Back. Like, nobody says that. Like, that shit doesn't really happen for real. So, in my, like, Carissa be hating on people because that's her nature. That's who she is.
No, absolutely.
She is, bro. And I can't even say it could be small things that she did or said during her friendship with Alicia Baumgartner that made Alicia Baumgartner say or stop the friendship. Real talk. Now, I can stop being friends with a girl and she not even know that I'm not friends with her anymore. It's not none of her fucking business. We're not cool no more. What is there to fucking say? I don't want to talk about it. For what? What's that? Like, you for real? When you stop dealing with somebody, why do you talk about it? For them to, like, give you a guilt trip, or them to, like, talk to you to make them feel better? What is the conversation for when you're done? You feel me? Like, so I mean, it's who knows what happened in between them. But I really think when it comes to Carolina Dubois, she know Carolina Dubois is somebody
It's a threat.
Yeah, she can knock her off that damn pedestal that she on, and she is on one, and she deserved to be on one. Alicia Baumgartner is highly entertaining. There's no front there. There's no front there at all. She's highly entertaining. She's saying, if Caroline Dubois is saying out her mouth that Alicia Baumgartner calls herself the face of women's boxing, hell yeah, a lot of people should have something to say about it, not just Caroline Dubois.
No, absolutely. And that's where I come from. I come from that place. I come from a place where, man, if you was top dog, people came for you and they wanted that shot. And you expected that being top dog, and you wanted to prove that you was top dog for a reason. And that's why, you know, to a great extent, like, she got it. She not only for what happened to her between her and Clarissa, even though I think a lot of that stuff was overblown because they were so far apart, but the fact that, you know, she was trying to diva you and trying to A-side the hell out of you, and now you're doing the same thing to this woman. If she really is not on your level and she really is the puppy, then train her ass. Get her in that ring and put a super training on her ass and let her know she got some work to do.
Mm-hmm. Salute to Black in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat. This is for the cool. Oh, I got it back. That shit actually worked.
It did work. You know what I'm saying? That is for the cool. And speaking of which, my man Victor, I want to shout him out too. I love me some Victor. That man be having me straight gutting. But he said, one thing's for certain, Ash, you sure ain't ugly.
Yeah.
Hell to the nah.
Definitely appreciate you, Victor.
Hell to the nah. And I know my man Mike Biggs will definitely agree.
Yeah. A lot of people say a lot of things to piss people off. And Carissa knows what it is. Carissa was saying them things to piss her off, but come on now. How you gonna say somebody's oh so pretty and expect them to get mad? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like,
and I'm cuter than you too. How about that? I'm cuter than you too.
Yo, when I never heard the shit that little clip that dude played. I look like Megan Thee Stallion. I said, yo, who the fuck said that shit, yo? When I looked at the screen and Carissa said that, I said, Carissa, come on, bro. Come on now. You do not look like Megan Thee Stallion. Come on.
Hey, that's Chlorilla. What you talking about? That's Chlorilla.
Come on, bro.
Get him, Chloe. Hey, bless that child heart, man. I don't know what did her wrong, but it did her wrong. And it says, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Somewhere along the road, she got scorned.
Zach said no one had to treat her bad. It could have been a boy she liked. Yeah, that like the lighter girl. Sometimes it's a personal thing of hate. Yeah, it's a fact too. That is an absolute fact, yo. Or she like light-skinned dudes and they never like her. They always like light-skinned girls or some shit. I don't know, man, but it's a bunch of men out here that don't like light-skinned girls. They prefer dark-skinned women, and I know she knows that. Like we're not gonna get into it. It's people out there. It's men out there that only like plus size women. You gotta be at least 300 pounds, baby. Like what are we really talking about? It's women out here. It's men out here. I mean, that don't like Layla Ali. It's men out here that don't like Alicia Baumgartner. Like I don't know why we have to sit on one person and spin on that shit. Like I don't know why she's so mad, for real. Especially if you got money and you happy, you all of this, and you pretty, Carissa. Screw what everybody else think. Like what are we doing?
And I'm prettier than you, huh? How about that?
I say at the end of the day, in my opinion, Carissa has always been a low-key hot mama that plays off her insecurities to get what she wants and to be the victim. Yes, colorism is real. However, Carissa, that's fact. However, Carissa ain't slick. She's still someone's man for no reason, and she always been that way, in my opinion. God damn. Yo, but if we could touch on that for a second, like I said in my video, we can touch on that for a second. Like I said back then, do y'all remember that video when she was greasing this dude hair, braiding her, and he was sitting in between
the nigga from Barbershop?
And he was like, she said, I's engaged. I's about to be married. She was talking about, she had a ring of her finger from that man that was in between her legs. Do you know?
Yeah.
Not what, 10 months later, she was parading Papoose around in the motherfucking fights.
Yeah.
Facts. And we talk about stabbing Carissa in the back, bro. Shit, she right after that, she stabbed Remy Ma in the back. Facts, bro. You was friends with the text messages says it all. That when Remy Ma showed the text messages on her phone, not Carissa, on her own phone, the date, the year, bruh, when you add it up, you was friends with Remy Ma, and you didn't even know who Papoose was. She didn't know that man existed. And I know that because she said it to the cameras when she was at a fight standing next to Papoose. She said, I had the pleasure of meeting this man and hearing his music for the first time. So you didn't know who the fuck Papoose was. You didn't know that he made
At
music.
all.
You didn't know nothing. You were friends with Remy, and you was wearing some whack wigs and all that stuff. You had a conversation with Remy. Mom said that you are how to look, how to make herself look, clothes to wear to show off her body. I believe Remy Ma. I believe she don't got nothing to lie. What I do know is that you went from looking one way to a totally different way, and you already had money for years. So there's no excuse. If somebody just come into money and they look one way, the way they dress is going to change. Their barber is going to change. Let's just be real. They're not just going to walk around on television looking. However, she didn't have that sense of style. She didn't know. She had a conversation with Remy Ma and came out looking totally different. She had a makeup artist. She wore lace fronts. She had a totally different wardrobe. Let's just be real. That was Remy Ma that did that. And you did it to take her man. And I'm still saying hers because they don't have no, they divorced ain't finalized, bro. That's still her husband. You were courting her husband in her house. Bro, you stabbed Remy in the back to fuck with Papoose. And it's not like Remy cared. It's just the only reason why she cares is because he's still in the house. Get him up out of her house. That's what she was mad about. Out my house.
Yeah.
If y'all gonna be together, get him about my house.
Now that nigga was complicit too because he was pissed off that she did him dirty too after he rode for her, and he helped her throughout all the her trials and tribulations and the things that she placed herself into. So Papoose was also actively a party of that's backstab. But you're absolutely right, and on top of that, it makes me go back to one of the most iconic films of all time. You want my spot, Flash? Nigga even trying to riff like me. She became her so she can be her. Like,
I'm never in nobody's business either. Like, I don't care that she would. It's just the fact that you want everybody to know that you would. Nobody. I think everybody should mind their business. I always said that the world would be a better place if everybody just mind their own damn business. But at the same time, when you put your business out there on social media on Front Street, knowing that Papoose and Remy Ma already got this whole little thing going on, you centered yourself. You put yourself in the middle of their shit. You for real. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that talks about celebrities is now talking about Carissa. And she can't blame anybody but herself. For real. Like, bro, ain't nobody did this. And I remember she was mad that Remy Ma did this, that, and third, bro. Let's just be real. Like, Remy don't have no allegiance to you. Like, she
at all.
Whatever she want, bro. Like, that's
in fact, she befriended you, and you went behind her back.
Yeah.
She helped you glow up. And you took. I'm just agreeing with you. She helped you glow up, and this is how you repay her for her kindness. I'm gonna say this: that nigga that was between her legs, that nigga had sass in his voice. She was just a mean. No, real rap. She was a hired hand. She was a hired hand. This nigga was supposed to look like I'm winning. God damn it, because she still hadn't found love. Oh, you got a couple of stickers and chats, so I'm gonna let you.
Let me start. Black say, in my opinion, Carissa don't care about the social issues. She's a narcissist. C told you she's a whack bitch, right? Yo, it's a lot. It's a lot when you look at that whole situation and it's like she cares. Yeah, everybody get the likes up. Salute the Black back in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. Oh, it didn't work. Look.
This is for the cool.
Uh-oh, work that time. Salute. They say Lemon character lifting baby Lemon in the air to congratulate him. Super chat in the building. Salute to you, Victor, in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
Hold on, wait. This stuff don't good. I need to get used to this stuff. Stuff's nothing like StreamYard. Nothing.
Nah, not at all. It boots me, but I'm
You
on
and Mr.
Android.
Hill. Oh, it's booting you. It boots you. That's why I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It sometimes don't agree with my platform. Yeah.
That makes sense when you said that you're on and you have an Android. Victor saying in the super chat, you and Mr. Hill making this live very substantive. I can't even say the word content.
Substantive.
I can't
You said it right. You said it right. Substantive.
It's like my shit was. I couldn't even say the shit though. Couldn't say it smoothly.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever witnessed Victor on a panel?
Yeah, Victor been on my panel.
Oh man, he got to come up and cook with
Victor's
you one time, man.
Victor honestly got the same energy that I had when I first started my channel when everything pissed me off. He got that's
I think that would be a dynamic pairing.
Fact said,
I think that
Carissa to not know who Papoose is, then you shouldn't be rapping. Papoose looking corny now, but he wasn't looking like a loser now, right? Yo, you know what? You just reminded me of something. I don't know if y'all sat and listened to Papoose explain everything that was going on with his marriage with Remy Ma and what led up to all this shit. But he spoke for a little over an hour on live with his face. He was just sitting on the couch with the camera on his face talking about everything that happened. And that shit, I didn't really know Papoose personality-wise. One song that dude had, that alphabet joint. That's it. I don't know. I know one song. That's it. When it came to his personality, I didn't know him. When I sat and listened to the things he had to say, trying to make his wife look bad, trying to make Remy look bad, he made himself look a certain type of way. And I have to admit,
bingo.
All right. Oh my God. He was sitting there talking about how it was disgusting, how many times he caught his wife cheating. First of all, he caught his wife cheating multiple times, and he didn't leave the house because he wanted to live under the same roof as his daughter, like his last daughter that he had, like his youngest child. That's the only reason why he stayed there. And he painted her to be somebody that's never around, never looks at the child, don't know what she looked like, don't know what she had on, she's a horrible parent to her kids. He said he walked in and she was actually with another girl, and two girls was getting her and another girl was getting it. And he sat there and was like, yo, it was the most disgusting thing I ever seen in my life. Like, it was just the way you was talking, the things you was saying. He was trying to say that he wasn't broke, and the reason why he said he was broke is because he said his name was on all the appliances. I was like, bro, this is not looking good. It's not looking good, bro. Everything you're saying just sound bad, bro. Your name's on the appliances. That's how you letting us know that you're not broke. Your name's on the appliance. That shit, yo, he really sound like
he didn't think that one through before he put that on pen.
What'd you say? He said it.
He didn't think that one through before he put it on pen.
Oh, he said too much to me. It was just a little too much, bro. A little bit too much.
Basically what he did was let it know that, yo, not only was this vindictive, but it was also placated because she can do something for you that you can't do by yourself. She can give you status and make you money in the process. That's what it really be about.
Man, it's a bad look. It was bad to me because I didn't know it was like that. And regardless, man, of how you felt about a lot of that stuff, man, it's a lot of it he shouldn't even answer. If you really want to make you look bad, just get on that joint, say the stuff that she did and bounce, bro. Don't give us your opinion on anything that happened. Just say what she did and get up off there, so we won't look at you at any type of way. But for real, if she's a horrible mother and all she been cheating every time you walk in there, your eyes burn because she's cheating and you see her cheating, you should not be staying in there only because your daughter is there. That is not a good excuse in my
She was the
opinion.
breadwinner. That's why she was staying there. I mean, she was the thing that was bubbling.
Right.
So I'm gonna say this, Ash, because I know you a person of principle and moral standing. Are men supposed to go back and forth with women?
It depends. Not really. I don't think it all depends on what's going on, but I don't think a man and a woman should go back and forth. I think it always should be an understanding and know what direction going to. I'm not even a person that like arguing. I don't like back and forth, period.
Facts.
So,
but if you're gonna argue, are you gonna argue with a man or are you gonna argue with another lady?
If I have to argue, it's gonna be with a lady. It's not gonna be with no man.
Exactly, right? Men should not be doing it. Likewise, men should never tell business. You're not only being a talebearer, you're going back and forth with a woman, and that's not your place as a man. That's not your standing as a man. As a man, you're supposed to let it be said by her, and then you handle things privately in the confines or the auspices of your own household or your place. He should never have done that. So that right there, not only is he sensitive in that nature, and I know he's mad because she guilty of everything he said. Yeah. She a foul moving woman, but it ain't like men ain't been moving foul like that on their women before. And we in a different time and age where, you know, women, they get now player cards. They get now to become pimps. So you know, she was out there being a player while he was back there holding her house down. And, you know, it hurt him that no matter what he did, it still wasn't good enough to keep her faithful into the house.
Oh, I can go live about that. Oh, I can have a whole nother live about what you did.
And then we talking about Clarissa, who you did a live with Key about what they as women had to go through to get recognition, to get fights. So she's coming from a broken place too.
Yeah. Salute to ATX 41 Red is in the building. Salute to AD Solo. What is good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Salute Dank Father. What is good with you?
Salute to the homie Dank. That nigga funny.
Yeah. How is that homewrecker? Yo, it was a bad look in my opinion because of how he made himself look. I don't care about people's relationships like that. You feel me? You know, and the fact that they business out there and they continue to do what they do lets me know that they don't care either. So when it comes to the stuff that Remy Ma did, she did it. The stuff that he did. Like, it is what it is. But the fact when she placed herself in the middle of their shit made it everybody's business. And it's, you know, and that gave all the way for people to scrutinize Carissa. You know, and then the whole shit with people was already thinking things about her personality, and now was no cleaning up. She can never clean this shit up after Layla Ali brung out all of those receipts and shit. She can never go back and clean it up. So I just think that hopefully what's going on in her career is actually legit, and Papoose isn't using her, because if he is, and the shit does hit the fan, I don't even know if she'll keep all of her marbles. I don't know if she's gonna keep her sanity for real when this shit hits the fan with the tattoo on the boob and all of that shit. Like, it's a lot invested. She made Papoose her manager of her boxing career. You know, like, it's her money now is tied into his company. And I know it seems like the other way around. It's not. Okay. His company wasn't doing shit anyway. Like, I don't care what nobody say. His label or whatever, it wasn't doing shit anyway. If it starts doing shit, it's because of Carissa. It's not because of their artists that they have over there. It's because of Carissa.
No doubt.
So Carissa's money's wrapped up in all of Papooses what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? In his album or whatever the hell. You feel me? So hopefully she knows what she's doing and all this shit works out. Because if not, the man's 17 years older than her and was born and raised in New York, and he's faster than a fucking whippersnapper. He's faster than her. Faster thinking, moving, all of that shit. Hopefully he ain't using her ass to the 5th degree. Because if so, it's going to be ugly when the shit hit the fan.
So can I redirect you to what you said? You said that he made a diss track about her telling the business and saying some stuff that made him look worse. He did that.
He went live for over an hour. He was talking. He went live for over an hour.
Okay. Yeah. So that right there lets you know he's coming from a broken place. He's been broken by that girl. Clarissa is nothing more than just a lick and get back. She is definitely being taken advantage to make something bubble for him so he can come back and say, see, I don't need you to be great. I can be great all by myself. And unfortunately, Clarissa being blinded by the stuff that she's been mired in the muck with is not picking up on the signs. And that's just unfortunate. Because he's going to feed that ego as much as he can to that sucker pop.
And Remy warned her. Remy said it in the beginning. When Remy seen the text messages and she was like, I asked you for flowers and you say no. I asked you for attention. You say no. I asked you for time. You say no. I asked you for gifts. You say no. You make me feel stupid. She said she was texting all of that to Pat Poose. Pat Poose didn't text her back. She seen that shit because he was sleeping. She seen that shit and screenshot it and put it on fucking IG or something like that for everybody to see. And then she told Carissa, he thinks he's the prize. You're not getting anything out of him. He thinks he's the prize. Like, bro, when she said that, she was letting you know that's what type of man this is. It's not the man that's going to give you a bunch of gifts like you're asking for. That's why she said that you make me feel stupid. I feel stupid because he ain't even giving you time. It sounds like he ain't even give you flowers. It sounds like so. Like, why would you think that you're the prize? No, it's him. And I believe you and Zach, salute to you, Zach B. I believe both of you that she's being used, but she won't believe it. So hopefully it's not true. Hopefully it's not true. She won't believe
I hope
it.
it's not true.
She don't think is really going on. She think that, they're in love. They're gonna have a baby next year, like she said. She was talking like they about to get married, shit like that. So I mean, okay, bet. Like she putting it all out there. You know what I mean? This could be a Hollywood relationship, They only sticking together because it makes sense for their image and they really don't love each other. You feel me? But I don't think that's the case. He probably don't love her. But she acting like she's really in love with him. Like when I seen the footage on TikTok, and I just downloaded TikTok a few months ago, when I seen the footage and how people over there talking about this whole situation with Remy and not Remy, with Papoose and Carissa, it's mad people talking about that shit over there on TikTok, yo. And they're making funny ass videos and shit. Trust me.
No, you right.
When it comes to them, because I don't pay attention to their life. I let everybody mind their business, but it's mad footage of him dissing her, him like sidelining her on camera. It's mad footage, and I just never knew. They were on some type of red carpet, and people was taking pictures, and he was behind her, and they were posing, right? And she asked him for a kiss. And he just started, he totally ignored her. And then she played it off. She looked stupid in her face. And then she played it off like she was dancing on him or whatever. I was like, bro, see, no bullshit. She was in the car singing love songs and marriage songs. And he was just looking straight like he wasn't listening to her. She was leaning at him all in his face. And he just looking straight like she not even doing shit. Be like, bro, all that shit is small signs. He don't really like you like that, bro. This is the same way a woman would treat a man that's really, not attractive, but he got money. He think you attractive, but you have money. Like he don't like your personality. You feel me? He don't like nothing about her personality, in my opinion. That's where I think it's at. And I think he still have love for other women. I'm not even saying Remy, other women. Because you're not going to tell me that a man that was with Remy Ma for all of those years, when they break up, is not no woman that couldn't wait. to get their hands on Papoose. Please, he did his in between time. He's probably still doing it right now with Carissa on his arm. For real. That's what people are saying over there too, that he got like 2 other girlfriends. I'm like, geez, bro, I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it's not that bad. Now Victor got booted out here twice. It must be it must be Restream. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. And he might be coming from an Android. See, I guess its configuration is built for the system that is a iPhone, but I used to have that problem big time. Now I can stay up longer, but sometimes it does kick me. But you keep coming back, and eventually it bypasses whatever is not agreeing, and it just lets you stay up there. So you'll be up here for a good time, and then it might boot you again. But after a while, it takes less and less time for you to do it. So all you got to do is keep coming back, and then eventually it won't kick him out no more.
He said keep cutting them out. See, I'm gonna have to probably. It's just StreamYard's $50.
No. Yeah, I forgot
nothing to do what I'm doing. Nothing. I'm not paying nothing.
I'm gonna try to get this other app and send it to you so that way you can use that one instead, because Restream does have a problem with people that are on Android. At least that's been my experience. But I'm gonna say this: you were spot on when you said he, being from New York and used to live in a fast life and talking fast with somebody who hasn't been from that type of environment, who hasn't been like pretty affluent with the men, and having them cater to her. She's in way over her head, and I hope that's not the case, but this dude is experienced, whereas she isn't inexperienced. And then the thing that she is relating to right now is the attention that he gave to try to make this girl jealous, but this girl can't do what this other girl used to do for him. And, unfortunately, he would really like to have that back, and he's just using this to make that one feel the pain that she made him feel. And in the process, that's going to, if it is that, then that's going to really, really go bad when it doesn't work well for them.
Know that though, too. Like, come on, bro. That's not your. And I heard her say, I've never messed with a man that was broke. Okay, if that's how you've been rocking, you feel me? You should already know what's good. Like, bro, he was just in a relationship for over a decade in broad daylight, in front of the world. He was in that relationship, bro. And every time they seen them together, he was fucking cheesy. Like, he was cheesing like Chester the cat. He don't even smile in the pictures with you. He don't even smile in the pictures with you, man.
Yeah, and that's a tail sign right there.
This is something that's making her feel good because she hate Remy Ma. So even then, I'm telling you, a lot of people like getting back at certain people so bad that they'll work with somebody they don't even like just to make somebody else feel a certain type.
Oh, facts. Facts. And that shows that I'm winning. I took your prize. So I'm winning. And like she really, like you said, she really do feel some type of way for that dude. And she don't realize that, he not. And because she was willing to have a character actor in her situation prior to that, she not recognizing that she's a character actress in this situation.
That's crazy. Hold on.
I mean, that's real rap though. I mean, that dude that was between her legs, that nigga was not nowhere near her man. That nigga was somebody that she thought looked good. No, real rap. I'm being honest with you. They had an
on and off relationship. Listen, and I'm gonna say this: they had an on and off relationship. And when they broke up, the last time they broke up, right before he was sitting between her legs, the time they broke up right before that, and he proposed, I guess, and had a ring before that, when they broke up, she went immediately. She went on Instagram and took a picture of herself and put it up and told people to Photoshop themselves beside her so she can see how she would look with other men. Immediately, that's what she did. Okay, she started coming out dressing provocative. She had slits all the way up to her ass cheeks when she went to fights, and then she went on the 20 versus me show or whatever, and it was like 20 dudes trying to talk to her. Or whatever. Bro,
she did one of them shows. Hell nah.
Yes, she did. She's a fast ass motherfucking girl. Soon as, bruh, y'all broke up once or twice, and then y'all broke up that time or whatever. Maybe it's the first time y'all broke up. That's immediately what you did, and then his dumb ass came back and put a ring on it. It's stupid. First of all, and then what? 7 months after that, you was parading Pat Poose around. That tells me that you were friends with Remy Ma while you was dating that dude. And then you met Pat Poose and started dating Pat Poose while you were dating the man that was in between your legs. Is no possible other outcome. What, you just met him? Did you just meet Pat Poose right after you stopped talking to dude? That doesn't even make any sense. The time don't add up. It don't add up. You were talking to both of them. You were liking Pat Poose, but you was getting married to that dude. And then once that shit fell apart with that dude, you were parading Pat Poose around a couple of months after that.
Yeah.
By how, Sway? Because you didn't even know who he was, and you were friends with Remy. That doesn't even make any sense. Salute to you, Mule, in the building. Mule 911 is in the building. He say, Carissa has a low self-esteem about her appearance. Not many men want that masculine energy. Serena Williams has similar issues, not comfortable in her own skin. Man, Serena Williams is bad. I like Serena Williams. She look good. All right. Serena looks good.
So my man Zach.
I'm gonna have
my man Zach is cooking.
Good to you.
He first said,
Zach
"Yeah,
said,
she's slow." Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Good. You got it.
Now I was gonna say, Zach B. Shout out and salute to the good brother Zach B. Zacchaeus of 3946 fame. He said, "Yeah, she's slow, not slow like dumb, but city slow. If that makes sense, hella sense. It makes.
It makes sense. It makes sense. You don't got no street smarts. You had no street smarts, and it you can kind of say. And I remember when I made that video, when I went live about this situation. Well, it wasn't about it, but I went live and I spoke about it. I said, you're not ready for what's coming. Like, you're not. This isn't the life that Carissa Shields really want. It's not. Like, it's not going to be a quiet life because you keep putting this out here. It's not going to be quiet. And she was testing Carissa, and Carissa failed every test in my book. Like, bro, when she sat there and said, "You're not the only one, Carissa," that was not Carissa. That wasn't your cue to say anything. You shut the fuck. You ain't supposed to say anything. Of course, you're not the only woman, dummy.
So
he's married. He's married. Like, what do you mean? He's married. And first of all, but she jumped out her skin and was like, "How you not gonna say I'm not? You're not gonna say, bro, that's a test and you failed it. Like, you already failed the first test. You're not supposed to care. Listen, if you talking, I'm 101. If you're talking to a married man, first of all, if you're talking to a married man and you know that man's married, and he already told you that he's married, and y'all are still talking to each other, when the wife finds out, you shut what they call the fuck up. It's nothing to say. Both of y'all knew what y'all was doing. If anybody should be talking, it's him, not you. You don't have anything to say. I don't know why you're trying to talk to the wife. What are you doing?
Yo, she need to put on that record, Secret Lovers, and get some game off of it, because you kicking straight facts right now.
That's stupid. That's stupid though. But if both of y'all are having an agreement to do something you're not supposed to be doing, when the outside party finds out, let the person that has allegiance to that person talk to it. You ain't supposed to be saying nothing to Remy Ma. You should have been absolutely quiet. It's nothing. Okay, we got found out, but I'm not saying nothing. You're the one that knew that this was going on, so you got to handle your wife. But that's not what she chose to do. She chose to have front foot and immediately answer what everybody had to say on social media and go back and forth with the person that you stabbed in the back and was friends with first. Like, you look like a bad person, period. You look bad. You look like a horrible person. On top of all the other antics that you've been doing, like you've been running around here saying you can beat up men and shit like that. It just don't look right. It don't look right. In my opinion, she could never be the face of boxing because of who she is. Like, the face of boxing has to be someone the fans like. Can we agree on that?
No, we definitely can agree on that.
It can't be somebody that I'm the best fighter, so I'm the face. That's not how it works. You don't get on. Look, you don't get on the outside of the Wheaties box like that. That's not how it happens. All right.
No.
Like the fans gotta like you, and you gotta pull the numbers. Those two gotta be true. You can't just be a fan favorite, but you can't sell out a goddamn Cracker Jack box.
Yeah.
No, that don't. And you can't say fuck the fans, and all the fans think that they don't care about you. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that part right there, especially.
Somebody that can be posted on posters and be like, oh well, that's the face of our entire sport. You can't be the face of women's boxing saying that you can beat up a male. You can't be the face of women's boxing marrying a man and then being out on Front Street about it. That's married. That's married. The man is married. You can't be the face of boxing like starting shit with all the other boxers and shit that's not in your weight class just because you're salty and shit. Like, you can't be the face of boxing lying on Layla Ali's name after she put out the receipts. You can't be the face of boxing fucking making rap music saying the N-word and saying people stuff is little and stuff like that. But it's just not the same. You're just not it. You're not. But salute to everybody that came through. I need to go. Papoose ain't questioning that. Yeah. Vic, I'm glad you came through. Well, tried to come through anyway. I'm glad you tried to come through. Salute to you, Vic. But salute to Mr. Sharp in the building. We finna get on up out of here, though. But salute to you, Thomas Hill. Definitely appreciate you for hitting that link and coming up here and chilling with your girl.
Oh man, it's a pleasure and an honor. I'll say this as I depart too, since it's time to make that departing closing statement. It might not have been the life that she wanted. Definitely was a life that she had unfortunately become accustomed to, given her young experience with the sport and how she was handled and manipulated in that thing. And then on top of that, she wanted this to be the course where she can be the one that's turning down. And unfortunately, I think for her, it never became that visible for her until she actually experienced the glow up. And by that time, it was too late. So therefore, I didn't get to dictate the terms of things. I had to accept whatever was coming my way. And even if I don't want it now, it makes me look like I'm twinning. So I'm going to twin all day long. And unfortunately, that might come with a steep price. I wish nothing but the best for her. She is a tremendous talent in the ring. I think that unfortunately her ego, her bravado and all that stuff supersedes and trumps the actual skill and accolade. And I think that, when it's all said and done, you'll be remembered for who you were than what you were. And she got to remember that, because there's a lot of people looking at her and be like, if you're the face, then we're in a bad place right now for boxing. So hopefully things will come together. She will get the vindication that she is looking for, and that people will finally see her for being just a tremendous talent and not someone who tries to do things to accentuate whatever talent she may not have in other places. And with that, it's been a pleasure coming up here talking this thing called boxing with you. And you spot on, and another banger as well, and fire content as always. And shout out to the chat, and shout out to everybody that participated, could make this thing what it was. And that was absolutely the bomb. And I'm out.
Definitely appreciate you, Thomas Hill. Y'all catch Thomas Hill around these YouTube streets. He be around. Zach B, you are cooking in the chat, though. He said, y'all notice that rap females don't try to act hood. They try to polish themselves up. But Carissa is trying to be hood, which baffles me. That's not the face. And that's a fact, yo. She's trying to be hood because she wants the attention. That's what it is. She wants the attention. People that's hood, they want to better themselves. So they try to polish themselves up. That's a fact. The fact that she's already in the center of attention, she just don't know how to stay there. That's why she's trying to be hood and stuff like that. And then you got your you got Papoose trying to help her be a rapper and look a certain type of way and all of that shit. She trying to continue to look like Remy Ma and shit like that. I don't know, man. But yeah, the best. Hopefully, she figures it all out, or it all keeps going well for her, whichever that she needs to happen, man, because it's a bad look all around. But she's winning, she's staying in attention, she's getting big money, and she's living her best life. So I can't feel sorry for nobody on the screen. None of these fighters, man, they're all doing their thing. But salute to everybody that came through the chat, yo. Always like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. This has been Ashley's Corner. I'll see you Saturday. It'll be Saturday. Shit, I probably go live sometime this week. I'm not working all week. So